Dun, 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 dun. Thunderbirds are go. And we've got some Iwaihime music playing in the background. Hello! I am Ash Mannix. And once again, we're playing Iwaihime. I'm joined today, as always, by my beautiful co-host, Kuxel.
Hello everyone. I don't believe I'm always here though. This is literally
For
the second week
Iwaihime.
back. Yes.
For the Iwaihime playthrough, Kuxel is
yes.
always here. And I'm going to quickly move away from this screen because for some reason, and I don't know if it's going to be hard for the stream, Kuxel doesn't hear this, but I got weird audio bits of like off audio interference coming through. Let us start this new DLC.
I don't hear any problem even in the YouTube
雛形
stream,
先
so I'm
生
not sure
の
what this
サプライズ
off audio
誕
is that
生
you're
パー
hearing.
ティー
No, this audio is... Wait. Wait, why does that not wait?
What?
There's definitely some sort of weird audio glitching happening on my computer, but I don't know if it's maybe something just specific to me. I am going to go into the mixer.
Hello Garlic Bread X. It's
Hello,
nice to
Garlic
see
Bread
you.
X.
I don't do you hear anything wrong with the audio? I am hearing a little bit of like hiccups here and there, I believe.
Yeah,
I thought
so
that's just
that-
lag from your system.
No, that's normal, I think. One sec.
It isn't normal. I don't normally get that from you, but
Okay, yeah, the hiccups might be a part of this issue as well. I don't know what's going on. I could switch over to the V4 interface. No, it's too much of a faff. Let's not do that while I'm on stream.
it's a bit late for that now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Let me just check my. The only thing I can think of is the
There's a
voice
small
note
hiccup
stuff.
every 5 seconds, he says. GBX says.
Yeah, it's not been like that before, has it?
No, we've never had this before. Sample rate.
Sample rate. Let me check my audio settings. I've got it at 48 kilohertz. That looks about right.
Why not set it to 41 or whatever it is?
Is that what you have it on?
Oh, 44, 1, whatever it is. Good evening. Were you the guy with the terminal illness a while ago? Hello, Valari Kante. Wait, hang on.
Right, hopefully you can hear me well. There is something very, very wrong with my setup. What is happening in the chat? Kuxel, I can't hear you, Kuxel. Because I changed my audio settings. Oh, this is great, and you're not going to come through on the stream either. Let me see. Input device. Oh, I can hear you typing now.
Have I been found?
Yes, I can hear you now. I just.
I was about to say in the chat that I have been lost, but I've been found now.
What's that? Right, Crack Dealer. Hello, Voller Cantari. I don't know if
I
I'm
believe
pronouncing
that's Valera Cantare. I don't know. But
Valera.
hello. It's nice to meet you. I wasn't there for the Eve Burst Aero stream, but I did see you there.
it. Good evening. Where were you the guys with the terminal illness? Yes, that game was called Eve Burst Error, and I stream that game on Tuesdays. Right. I don't know what on earth is going on with this, and I. One sec. 44.1 kilohertz.
Not Volare, so it's Volare. Gotcha. Thank you.
Volare. Volare cantare? Right, well, for the life of me, do not know what I've done. I have not changed anything on this computer since last week. Actually, no, I have. I switched over to the older interface, but I don't think I have the other one running. So if I close that, maybe they're interfering actually. Shit, how do I... Wait. I hate Windows! I have forgotten how to do everything in Windows. Right, there you go. I just need to double check. I might have 2 versions of a thing running. Of a piece of software used.
Okay, so while you're trying to fix the game, Volare Cantare is asking, what's this game about? That's a very interesting question, and you've come right at the end, because we have literally finished the game. We are now starting a DLC chapter, and I don't even know what this DLC chapter will do. If it will be canon, non-canon, fan service, or serious, I have no idea. But the game itself was the story of this dipshit in the middle, and we don't see the main love interest of this screen, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, this dipshit in the middle, and basically a sort of, how do I say, like a story of how he finds love after 1,000 years of horseshit. Yeah. I'm not describing this story very well, but it is chock full of very mature themes involving generally a lot of very bad things happening to people who you like. It's a horror game with psychological horror, some body horror, and a bit of romance, but not really. Crack Dealer says it's about internal gut fisting and pink plant sex. Thank you, Crack Dealer. Only you could describe this game in your unique way.
I genuinely don't know what is causing the issue. And I can't remember for the life of me if I could hear the issue before I started streaming to you in Discord. So,
I think we found your kink. Valare Cantare says, fan service. Does this game have revealing armpits?
Valare Cantare asked me that on my last stream of the first era, and funnily enough, I think we did see some armpit. I don't know, I can't even remember what it was, but there was something where we saw something.
I didn't see that part.
No, I wasn't specifically there to like a scene showing just there for armpit, if you know what I mean. It was like a scene.
Oh, well, that's how tasteful fan service goes. You don't just zoom in on the armpit and be like, "Here you go, bits, mates." Nah, you tastefully present it as part of a whole.
Yeah, I think what happened in the last stream?
Terminal illness.
We did get something.
Yeah. Armpits are not my thing, to be honest. Although I did recently make friends with someone who is really into them. So it's been an interesting perspective.
Interesting.
Huh.
Right. Let us... Oh, this is going to bug the hell out of me. I think every time there's a hiccup in audio, that's when it happens on my... That's when I hear.
You're still getting the hiccups because I've completely lost all audio.
Oh, can you not hear?
I can't hear a damn thing. I'm going to close this actually and get back into it.
No, it's probably me. Let me stop the stream and wait. Let me listen to this for a bit. Let me see what.
Crack Dealer says, if you really want that, then go watch Ash's Return to Shiranagasu Island series. Holy shit, God. I just remembered that part. Oh, God, that was bad.
That was bad. That's me.
Okay.
Can you hear it now?
I can hear it. The music is back. Just give me a moment. Now I can hear some kind of interference in it as well.
Yeah. What the hell's going on? Right.
Like a light buzzing sound.
Yeah. Right, give me a sec.
Why couldn't you describe that to me earlier?
It's like an interference sound. Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to close it.
Okay. Well, Valare Kantare says, by the way, Senran Kagura is not fan service, it's caricature. I've always thought of Senran Kagura as a fan service series, but I've never played one, so I can't really speak about it myself.
Ooh.
But caricature, so it's taking the piss out of fan service, is it?
I've just realised that Counter-Strike 2 is out. Because I've got an update for a game and it says it's Counter-Strike 2, and I'm like, oh, so Counter-Strike is now global.
It's been out for a while. It came out while I was on holiday.
Mate, I'm not been paying attention. I know people were talking about it, and I assumed it came out. I was just like, oh.
I thought you would have paid attention while I was gone.
I wasn't paying attention to many things, mate. And
Valare Kantara says Senran Kagura girls look so unattractive to me. They look so bloated with slim waists. Like I said, Senran Kagura is not a series that I've gotten into, so I've not really paid attention.
What is that series? It sounds familiar. I don't know if I've seen it or not.
You will have seen it. They are quite prominent on Steam. It's quite a lot of action games, basically. With, I want to say large-breasted schoolgirls, but I'm not sure if they have a variety of them. It's not like Dead or Alive. Yeah, it's probably not like Dead or Alive, where it's almost entirely homogenous with, the body type.
Mm-hmm. And I've just realised I'm downloading this update for Steam, and it's like 2 gigs. What the fuck? I didn't tell me it was...
Why are you doing this now? We're supposed to be playing Iwaihime.
Because I thought it'd be a small update, and I thought, like, I don't know, letting the PC quote.
Wait, how big is it? It should be downloading pretty fast for you.
It is. But it is like 2.57 gigs, apparently. Which is
2 gigs? 2.57 gigs?
At yeah, it must be that whole...
You should download that in like... you should download that in like a minute or two. That's it.
I mean... It's just about downloaded. But that's not the point. The point is I didn't realise it was that big. And I'm used to having slow internet. Ash being Ash. Yeah, look,
you're used to having slow internet. We've gotten fast internet months ago.
And I've had years of slow internet, so...
I had years of slow internet as well.
Shut it. You've had years of fast internet as well, so it's balanced out now.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You fucking did not.
You've had faster. You've always had. Shut the fuck up! What are you talking about? When you were on AOL, I was on shit. Now, granted, the worst of your internet times was worse than the worst of my internet times. I agree, but I have had slower internet
until recently.
Yeah, and I've always had slower internet than you, significantly slower. You've got the bumps up in speed earlier than me.
I only just got the really fast internet.
No, the weird interference is still there. Well, fuck it. This is just how we're playing this now. I, for the life of me, do not know why. Wait, let me check the sound settings. There's not much I can really do with the sound. Right, to hell with this.
It's going to be outside of the game. I don't know what you've done to your system. I'm not hearing any problems now.
I hear it.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Oh, there's a delay, isn't there?
Oh, it's starting to crackle a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you running Loopback or are you running...
No, this isn't a Windows PC, so Loopback doesn't run on Windows. It's
Voice meter then.
Yeah.
Check voice meter.
So it's...
Voice meter likes to fuck itself every now and then.
I can't really see anything... Wait, what the fuck is this?
Valare Kantare says, Scottish sheep wool internet.
Yes.
I didn't know they had wool to the premises.
I wonder, I've got this hardware input 2. Wait, how is this even set up? Nothing.
Crackdealer says, Ash, beat your delivery guy and make him fix your internet.
Virtual
And Valaria
inputs.
Kantari says, "What have you done to your sys system?" Oh my god, it's crackling again.
Yeah, you get the. I think the stream is a bit delayed for you, which is why you hear it. Oh wait,
What, on Discord?
what was that? What was that? Oh, my hardware input, right? Fuck this. I'm gonna set it to something that doesn't exist. That right.
No, I'll carry on with what I was doing before then, which was trying to find... Oh my god. Trying to find an image for my post that will go tomorrow.
What? There is some. I can't. I think it may be Discord. Let me check this.
Discord is doing it to you? I nearly automatically understood sister. Maybe.
I genuinely cannot figure out how the hell. I have not even changed anything since last week.
I would recommend restarting your computer if it weren't for the fact that we started the stream already. Unless we do what happened yesterday on my stream, which was like the stream just ended automatically and then we started again.
I don't even know if a restart would fix it. There's a lot of faffing.
Valaria
God.
Kantara says, "Oh, cursed princess, I believe." Yeah, I mean, Iwaihime is called Celebration Princess, so each chapter was something princess, wasn't it? And Masubehime might mean cursed princess. I'm not entirely certain.
Rat Dealer is asking, while I am doing that, what do you think is going to happen to DLC?
Well, we know. I'm fairly certain it's something to do with the teacher, so it'll be a teacher route. I don't think it'll be canon. We saw one screen, and it showed the main character there, which, spoilers, due to the ending, he can't really be there, if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. If you understand what I'm saying.
What are you... No, I don't.
Read the motion of the ocean.
Oh my god, mate. Right. I have closed, so I had... No, it's still there. Fuck.
What?
I closed Chrome because I had Chrome open on
Chrome won't do this.
Studio. It's something that's interfering with the... And it feels like...
It sounds like electrical interference. Is there something like wrong with your cables?
Ooh, let me check. No, I've never experienced this problem before. Right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute myself and I'm gonna switch to my other audio interface.
What?
Yeah, right. Give me.
What's gonna happen to me in the meantime?
You'll be fine because you're not. You don't have anything to do with the audio interface, so you can keep chatting. Right, I'll be.
All
give
right,
me a
cool.
second.
Well, I am now in control. No, I'm not. I don't know what we're doing. Cracktula says, I miss Sensei's driving. What driving? I don't remember any. Great. Oh no, I've been lost on the stream as well. Oh well. Yes, if you can still hear me. I don't know if you can or can't. There it goes. There it's back. Well, yeah, I was saying, Azumanga Daioh is pretty damn good. I used to watch that every summer. I haven't watched it in years.
I have now changed to the new audio interface, and the problem is still there.
Okay.
It makes me wonder. I think a restart. I'm gonna have to try a restart. Right, I'm gonna fuck it. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna like force close OBS Give me a couple of minutes. I'm gonna hope that I can reconnect.
Wait, are you doing the emergency protocol?
Yeah, I'm fucking doing it, guys. Fuck it. Right.
Guys, it's happening. They said this is.
Are we back? That is the key question. I don't know. Oh, I've not. Are we back? Has this worked? I don't know what this audio problem is. I think it's the game.
Why would it be the game?
Because I tried playing some YouTube, right? While, like, just before we started the stream, and I didn't hear any of the problems when playing YouTube videos. And I can't see anything. I don't know, the setting. Oh.
You need to make the video big for me again.
Is it? Interesting, because it looked like it was the right size in the beginning. Oh well.
Valare Cantare says, I remember when I was struggling with VoIP this week. Yeah. To be fair, it's working.
No. Wait for it. But anyway.
Garlic Bread says, Okairi. You preferred Kaori's and Tomo's boobs over Sakaki's. Wait, who are we talking about? Oh, wait. Kaori, Tomo, and Sakaki. Yeah. As a manga dial.
Oh my god.
What?
Did you not hear that?
What?
It was like, he goes, a surprise.
No, I had the full thing.
God, what the fuck is up with my audio setup?
How is it on YouTube?
I don't know, I don't listen to YouTube. If I listen to YouTube, it will come through the stream audio. So it would just double up. And I'm not even recording or anything. It's fine on YouTube. Fuck it.
It's fine on YouTube. I just checked it.
I'm trying to think, maybe my audio cable is too close to something?
I told you there could be some electrical interference.
Never had this issue before though. I'm trying to
Well, you nearly fell out of your chair last night. Maybe you pulled something.
No, I didn't pull anything at that point. Well, that's... No, I don't think it's... Crackdeer says as long as it's fine for YouTube, Ash can suffer. Fuck it, let's continue.
Yeah, he's right, you know. Surprise party for Miss Inagata. Teacher's birthday! That's what's going on.
Wait, so this is set in the past? Lame. All the girls in the LCSE covered Suzumu's mouth.
Or it's non-canon.
ススハラ先輩、サプライズは内緒にして驚かすことに意味があるんですよ。
Hmm?
It just hiccuped for me. Where did that little gap?
If there's a hiccup, yeah. Well, now it's coming through, I guess.
あ、そういうものだったね。ごめん。
Go on, man. Oh shit, yeah, the audio's starting to suffer a little bit. But I can deal with it, it's fine.
There's nothing wrong there for me. Right, my setup is screwed.
雛形先生って一人暮らしでしょ？
What? I wonder if something's interfering with the audio. Has there been any updates? Whatever.
彼氏もいないらしいしね。
Nope. I'll be her boyfriend.
前にここ何年も誕生日にお祝いした覚えがないって言ってたんです。
Yeah, when you get to that sort of age, you're like, fuck birthdays.
Yeah.
ちょっと意外だな。雛形先生だって友達はいるだろうし、女の人って記念日をお祝いするのが好きなんじゃなかったっけ？
If they have friends or lovers, then yeah. If not, then why would they? They got no one to celebrate it with.
女子はね、ある一定の年を超えると誕生日に関心がなくなることもあるのさ。
Yeah.
25? It's 25, isn't it? I bet you any money it's 25.
Also, what I've noticed is that when the audio hiccup happens, it's almost like a doubling of the voice a bit.
Not for you.
Yeah.
Not for us.
So I'm wondering. I think it's the game.
No, no, it's not. The game hasn't done this the whole time.
Mate, I think it's the game.
It's not the game. It's your fucking settings somewhere.
Nah.
It's gonna be your sample rate or something.
Nope. I haven't changed it.
You don't have to. We've seen like before that fucking the audio interface decides to reset everything every now and then.
No, that didn't happen to me. It's not reset itself. I know voice meter loses the thing. I just have to set the output.
You're on voice meter.
Yeah. So voice meter, I've checked that, and all the settings look fine.
Oh boy. Well,
it is what it is.
Well, whatever. I gave you
今の時点でも私年を取りすぎたなって思ってます
calculus
し
is copium. Oh god, even Ruria feels like she's too old. Who saw that coming?
世の男どものニーズは低くて狭いからね
Wait, what have we got to do with it?
Why? Because we judge you harshly if you're over a certain age? Is that the implication?
I think that's her
So-
implication, yeah.
女子はいくつになっても年齢の貧乏ダンスを強いられるのさ
What? I mean that. Like we're not sitting there going, you better be. I mean, unless you're a. I don't know.
You want to finish that sentence?
Oh, Toy. The
Zoe! Welcome back.
Oh, do you know
She's
something?
still holding the doll.
I was asked to show proof of age today.
Why?
Well, I was buying something that required like something from Screwfix that required an age verification. I can't remember if it was. I don't know. It was something that required proof of age. And,
Wait, something from Screwfix that requires age verification.
mate, if you buy like certain like knives and stuff like that, you need to. There's things that you have to be 18 over to get.
Yeah, I know knives in that. Was it a knife?
No, it's just like some like cleaning alcohol or something. I think that was the thing. There's 4 things.
Cleaning alcohol.
What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at the fact that it's cleaning alcohol. What are they thinking? You're gonna drink it?
No, but there's certain items that on their system they just have to check your age.
They have to check. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that they're like, oh, you're getting cleaning alcohol. That's weird. You might drink that in the fucking park. You better be at least old enough to drink cleaning alcohol. Yeah, the person asked for proof ID, and I was looking, going, what the fuck, mate? I mean,
Just pull out your driving license.
so I did, right? But I was like, why, right? It didn't feel like usually they say sorry, like even if we know that you're older, you usually pull it out that thing where like it's thingy. I think he just needed to make sure, and I was like, all right. I showed him my driving license, and he was just like, oh, sorry. Like I don't know if he was he didn't seem like the joking type. He was just like, oh, you look you look young, and I was like, under 18 young? No, there's no way in hell. But it made my day, so fuck it. I'm going to interpret it as he thought I was younger than 18. Hello again, Valari.
That's basically what he was saying, though.
I think so. I don't think he was joking or
Because,
anything.
yeah, because if they have a suspicion that you're between the age of 18 and 25, they still need to ask for the ID.
Shucks. I am a lot older than that, so I will fucking take it. Let's carry on.
And with that boost to your self-esteem, let's carry on.
どのくらいの年が好き
Volare Katare says, hi again. Anything I missed?
No.
We haven't fixed anything, so we decided to press on.
I
So-
restarted the computer, disconnected from the stream and reconnected in the process. And it still
And it
didn't
still
fix
didn't
the...
work.
And I suspect it's Iwaihime. And what I'm going to do after the stream is
I don't
play,
know why you're thinking it's the game.
Because as I said, I've tried playing YouTube as a test, and I don't hear any of that when I'm playing the music in YouTube. So what I'm going to try after this is maybe play Counter-Strike or something, and see if it's the issue is happening there. While, I mean, maybe it's because I'm streaming, and it's the combination of that.
I will say that you're getting a different experience than we are as well, aren't we? Because we're not hearing the buzz or anything, but we're hearing the hiccup. And you're hearing a double off the audio when we're not hearing that.
Wait, but
So
there's
it's
no
an output. It's an output of the audio that's an issue.
Yeah,
Input and output is not matched in some way. That's why I was saying it might be the sample rate.
So the audio streaming settings for video for audio is FFmpeg AAC, which I think is what I usually have. Anything else? I mean, I've switched audio interface, and that didn't change it. It's the exact same issue. It's not like it's happening at a different rate or anything. I don't know, but you know what? This just happens. I get some bullshit issues that just never go away until the next stream, so we'll just live with it. Right, Toys asked.
If it doesn't go away at the next stream.
If it doesn't go away,
then what?
I'll just throw my PC in the bin. Fuck it. Toys asked a very dangerous question. What kind of age do you prefer in a woman? Let's see.
All right, we're getting juicy.
Toy broke the silence with a truly stunning question, and here everyone thought she hadn't been paying attention. The girls all had a glint in their eyes.
Yes, the Earls, because we're all British royalty here.
難しい質問だな。
It's a minefield, mate. What are you doing?
数字じゃなくてもいい。若いとか幼いとか大人とかそういう感じでも OK。
Younger teen
Yeah.
or old teen? What?
Younger.
Right, I think teen is
older.
like 13 plus. Younger is implying even
younger
far
than
into
that.
Far into the FBI zone. I mean, 13's already in there. Younger is like you're full in for life, and older is basically the teacher. The rest of the girls gave Toy a thumbs up. Nice. Oh, this, as if to say, nice one, Kurakami.
もちろん小さい女の子は可愛いと思うし。
Uh-huh.
背のちっちゃい子とか可愛いよね。
Wait, I thought Riria would pop up right then, being like, "Have you seen Cleaning Lily? Magical Lily."
同世代の女の子だって魅力的だと思うし。
Okay.
やっぱり幼馴染な感じがキュートだよね。
Okay, Sabaki, go. Calm down.
もちろ
Girls
ん
next door don't have to be
成
the same
熟し
age
た
as
女
you.
性も素敵だと思うし。
Riria is older than him. So
Well
that's
done,
when she
Suzumu! You've come back with the fucking blank opinion as always. Oh, I like all ages.
I'd be like, you know, I like a younger woman, but I also like the older woman.
健全に成長した美しさってやっぱり素敵ですよね。
Wait, this has to be Riria after she's come over her problems.
Yeah.
要するにどれも素敵ってこと。
I could have just said that. What?
Valare Cantare says, I'm not very picky. Anything between 12 and 38 goes.
Every girl has her
Certainly.
own. Suddenly, the FBI. Suddenly,
I just want-
disappears from the chat.
I just want that video clip. FBI, gang, gang! And then, you know, they break through everything. I love that clip.
I
That
know
clip is
that
amazing.
exact clip. It is fucking amazing.
The clip of a million memes. It's great.
It's like it's from some. What was that low budget
It's from
movie?
some... Yeah. I think it's from like an Australian drama or something. I can't remember. Or documentary.
No, I think it's a comedy. Because they're like breaking all the, like it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
piss
like-
take.
Yeah, it definitely is a piss take.
But yeah, every girl has her own charm to matter what age she is, no matter
Garlic
what age.
Bredex says, but what I like the most is someone who can play children's card games with me.
Nice.
I like that.
What a typically Suzumu answer. Yes. As per usual, he carelessly stepped into a minefield, only to dodge the explosions with style.
I wouldn't say that was with style.
He dodged it by just sitting on the fence.
Oh, CG!
Oh.
そんなわけでタマユンにサプライズで誕生パーティーをしてあげたいのだよ。
Wait, where is Atsuta?
すごい素敵なアイデアだと思うな。驚かすことが目的なんでしょ。思いっきり驚かしてあげたいよね。
みんなで隠れて待ってわっと驚かす。
That's a rubbish birthday surprise sort of thing. I hate those.
Boo.
それじゃあ子供のいたずらみたいだな。
鹿の角とかつけてお化けのふりでもするとか。
それだとただのお化け屋敷。
I mean, I wouldn't think of antlers for a haunted house, but fair enough.
そういう方向もありかもだね。
I like the
私は
way you
雛形
think.
先生にふさわしい大人の余裕ある幸せな驚きに演出したいですけどね。
Age appropriate. What, are you gonna get drinks out and then fucking go clubbing?
おお、なるほど。花束とか
Wait,
ケ
these guys.
ーキで驚かせる感じなんだね。
Bouquets or a cake? I mean, a cake is not.
It's a birthday. Get a cake.
Yeah, a cake it doesn't need, like, it's not an age. That's not age specific. Everyone likes a cake on their birthday. Bouquets, though. I don't know.
みんなで隠れて
Valeria
待って
Katara says, has Toei
花
grown in a
束で
minute?
わっと
And, I mean,
驚
yeah,
か
it
す。
does look like she's suddenly taller. Look at her.
I thought she was shorter than all of them.
She is shorter than all of them. Now that I look at this picture, this is really badly drawn.
Wait, was it space bar to hit? What was the button to fucking...
Space bar.
I'm always scared because space bar speeds
Even
up
her
chat
doll.
and something.
No, I know it does, but it's space bar. Look, even her doll is looking pretty manky right now. Good grief.
それいいね。突然お
Good
花いっぱいに囲
grief.
まれたら
What the
びっくりし
fuck
ちゃう
is
よね
with。this picture? The more I look at it, the worse it gets. Garlic Bread X says, that quality.
Well, it's only the best quality. What are you talking about?
Ririel is looking fucking terrible right now.
Raria's got like one like elbow on the table, and then her other arm is like, what is she doing with that? Why is it so far back and not just like, what is going on here? Also, Kanai is like, "Ugh," with her hands on the table. I object. And Subakiko's like all nice and sitting there all kind of cheery.
This perspective is making Kanai look like she's got a broad chest and broad shoulders. Because if you like rotated her, she would have a very wide profile.
I think you
Like
could
that.
say it's the same for Toei.
I mean, Toei looks like she's been stretched.
Toei looks like she's wearing size L top.
The worst is fucking Riria. That head shape is terrible.
The head shape
Yeah, look at it.
looks alright.
Look at that chin.
What?
Look at the neck.
Her neck would technically be about here, and then the back of her head would go like that.
Yeah. Valeria Cantari says, is that doll her familiar, or how you say in English? So basically what happened in this game is they've all been cursed at some point. So the doll acts as a medium to store the curse. If the doll breaks, then the curse escapes and like infects her even worse. So she kept the doll to keep the curse at bay. Yeah, like a seal. As Crackdealer says.
Let us continue.
ケーキの中から進むがとう。
That's well, like a stripper.
I love that, how that's the first thing you think of.
それも奇抜でいいけど、ケーキが台無しになっちゃうね。あ、驚かせる用のケーキと食べる用のケーキが別にあればいいのかな。
And that's expensive.
Who would eat the big cake though after you've popped out of it? It's pretty unhygienic.
You're not supposed to eat it. That's the point.
やっぱダメ。食べ物を粗末。いくない。
See?
Can we just pop over and go, hello, Mr. President?
Don't bring the fucking president references here, please. That's for Eve Burst Era and that game alone.
黒髪先輩の考えるサプライズはどうにもずれてる気がします。
I mean, like, if a dude pops out with just a bow tie on and nothing else out of a cake, I'm pretty sure Missy
I'm just imagining Austin Powers going, oh, behave.
Hello.
スズ
Do
ム、
I make you
驚
horny,
かせる要
baby?
素はあまりこだわらなくていいんだよ。
I
そう
wish
そう。
I could quote him right
そ
now.
の瞬間まで秘密で準備を進めるだけで十分にサプライズだ ったからさ。
あ、
Guess.
そうなんだね。ごめんごめん。
Suzumu having to be taught about surprise birthday parties.
ケーキがと別に用意してますと言ってそっちもと
No toy. No.
トイのサプライズも面白そうだな。
黒髪さん、食べ物を粗末にするネタを引っ張らない。
Long story short, they eventually decided all that mattered was putting together a birthday party without Hinagata finding out. They'd buy the cake and drinks ahead of time. Then, while Hinagata was busy in the infirmary, they'd put up the decorations in the club room.
そして
She's a nurse, isn't she,
大
as
切
well?
な相談があるから来てねと呼
Allegedly.
び出して。
But she's not done very much nurse stuff throughout the whole game.
ハッピーハッピーバースデ
I mean, that's two happies.
ひな形びっ
Is
く
that
りし
happy?
てひっくり返って
Happy, happy,
泡を
joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy.
ー。だからそういう方向じゃありませんって。
Finally, we've gotten past the CG.
あー、もしもし夏くん、今時間大丈夫？え？海トナカイでコンボ？へえ、そんなコンボがあったんだ。
They're gonna
Good
go for the
chat.
cards now. Time for
海トナカ
Yu-Gi-Oh!
イを召喚して引き潮で残留させて、へえ、そこで産卵を使うんだ。
世界観の謎なカードゲームだね。
You're
That's
just not
yeah.
into it, can I?
Was absent today, so Suzumu had called to tell him about the birthday party.
Oh.
Since Nachia was a big hit with young card gamers, he was in high demand for duels at toy stores all over. What?
He's getting called for duels.
I challenge you to a duel! The release of the recent expansion, Horned Terrors from the Deep, had sparked a card game renaissance. Thanks to that, Natsuya had been too busy for the LCSC as of late,
Aww.
but they all needed to clear their schedules for the birthday party.
Garlic Predec says, and this is why he's indifferent about you, can
あ
I?
ー、そうなんだ。それは無理だね。
Wait, it's not gonna be it.
Natsuya already had plans. What? One of his card game buddies was having a birthday party on the exact same day, and he'd already accepted their invite.
That
Fair
means that Natsuya won't be in this chapter, basically.
Oh, what?
Ah!
アツタ先輩って結構子供のヒーローですよね。
うん。小学生の男の子はみんな夏くんを知ってるイメージだ
Oh,
ね。
wait, Garlic Predec says, what a coincidence.
Wait,
Mm-hmm.
wait. One of his card game buddies is celebrating a birthday as well.
Yeah.
I like where this might be going.
Cractula says, oh no.
Oh, yeah!
戦略があってそっちも誕生パーティーじゃ仕方がないよね。
でもプレゼントは用意するって。
He said, wait, what?
出席はしなくてもケーキ代の分担金は払ってねって言っといて。
What? If he's
Oh
not
my
even coming
god,
to the party,
you
fuck off.
fucking cheapskate.
I mean, she is poor, so...
No! I thought we got away from this.
During the Hinagata-sanctioned sleepover, they'd cooked up a feast at the home economics class, but this party was unsanctioned. So they decided they'd make do with a modest cake and some drinks, and decorate the club room as best they could.
100均で適当にパーティー用アイテムを揃えるだけでも立派になりますよね。
Ah, well, that's cheap.
じゃあその辺のセンスはリディアに期待ということで、あ
I sense an
と
Ashes
黒板い
video
っぱいに
coming up.
おめでとうって感じのを書きたいね。
The pound... There used to be a shop, right, in my locality called Yes, Everything's a Pound.
That's
That's
the full
such-
name.
Yes, and I don't know how long it lasted for, but there was like the 90, like you got the 99p shop and all that, but like I always thought like inflation is a thing, guys. This is not gonna work. Like at least with Poundland, you could argue that, you know, it's just cheaper. Not everything is necessarily
I
a pound.
haven't checked Poundland lately. I'm wondering how they're doing with their prices in this inflation.
I mean, the price is still going to go up. They don't have to price everything at a pound.
私そういうの得意やらせてください
But the 100 yen store, they must suffer hard, man. Like, how do you keep everything at 100 yen?
春宮先輩はラッカーとかでの落書き得意そうですからね
Father Cantari asks, what do you think of using non-decimal pound every leap year? What?
Like no pence.
Let's not use a non-decimal system. I don't want the fucking, what was it, shillings and farthings and shit. Fuck that.
I'm very happy with the system we have right now, but if we got rid of pence, I wouldn't miss it. Having said that, it does mean that the price of small things like drinks and that would just go straight up.
You do know that you used to get half pennies?
And then we got rid of them.
Yeah, so it'll probably happen because with inflation...
Let's fucking get rid of pennies, man. They're fucking worthless anyway. Some places don't even accept them.
It's a pain in the arse though, how you price things. Everything's $9.99. You don't have the fucking penny, what are you gonna do?
Huh? Sometimes you don't even get the penny back from some shops.
Oh, mate, what shops you going to? That's bad. I mean, I'm not needing the penny, but if you're not even giving the penny back without me saying you can keep it, what the fuck? I actually feel odd. I feel kind of bad when I pay cash nowadays because everyone's like card, and then I come out with my and I come out with my fucking janky change, and I'm like, yeah, 1 second, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it is £4, and they just look at me like, oh god, I actually have to handle change.
I actually did that yesterday because I have a whole bunch of pounds and £2 coins, right? So yesterday I went to get a doner kebab for lunch, and I just brought out the change. I was just like, here you go, 1 quid, 2 quid, 3 quid, like, you know, just gave out the coins. I'm like, fuck yeah, get rid of the coins.
And they're looking at you going, ugh.
Crackdilla says, actually, Natsuya introduced the card game to her in the resort, so that won't be canonically accurate. And Valare Kantara says, what about punishing a community with that type of currency for 2 years?
Wait, are you talking about something that's actually happened, Valari Kantari? Because I feel like this is awfully specific. And it feels like it applies to something. Anyway.
だとこら祭るぞ
私も何かしたいけど何も思いつかない
じゃあ一緒にあれを作ろうよほら小学校の時に作らなかった折り紙で作る鎖みたいな飾り
おおいいねいいね学校ならではの雰囲気が出るよね
頑張る
ちょっと待ってくださいね意見を紙にまとめますので容量いいねこれでオイラはいつでも引退できるね
You've got the ropes down pat.
Down pat.
Is that a turret phrase?
Yeah, as in you've got them down properly.
Okay.
こういうのは部長が率先してやるべきことと思います
So, hang on. Valari Katara says, I find the non-decimal concept so bizarre. I'd like the idea to try it once in 4 years or so to punish a city with it. But, like, you're basically just describing yen in Japan. Because 100 yen is roughly about £1.
No, he's saying non-decimal though.
Wait, you mean like not in base 10? Currency?
Yes, that's what non-decimal is.
Oh, right, okay.
That's like, it's like, you know, what I was saying. What was it? How many shillings to, how many farthings to a penny? Fuck knows. I don't even know how it works. 6 shillings to a penny farthing, or fuck knows what it was. That sort of bullshit, like pain in the arse currency. 12 pence a shilling. 12 shillings a pound. There you go.
No.
I can
Things are
get
fine
like
as they
you
are.
getting used to that, growing up with that, and then not liking the decimal system because it's different.
Yeah, that's
But-
what's happened in America. That's why they don't like metric.
Yeah, yeah. But metric is easier to fucking whatever. It is what it is. Right, the door's opened. Is it the teacher? Hello.
シャチ運ぶ美少女顧問雛形まゆちゃん華麗に参
Uh
上
huh.
おっとっとっとっと隠して隠して
What goods? They haven't bought anything yet.
Were they not taking notes?
Notes is fine.
The surprise would be ruined if Hinagata saw their planning sheet. Everyone panicked and put it out of sight. They were like kids at camp who'd been up way past lights out, only to frantically pretend to be asleep with a counsellor when a counsellor came in to check on them.
あらあら何先生に隠し事いえいえ何も隠してませんねえリディアちゃんはい何も隠してませんですよね鈴原先輩
One second, let me just save this progress.
あ、
先生にだけ内緒なの社長が顧問をのけ者にするいじめ発生先生がっくりうわみんなを呪って睡眠薬の代わりにラムネをガリガリ飲んでやる
What the fuck?
Sugar pills?
別にタムユに悪い話をしてたわけじゃないって本当なのトエちゃんあなたは教えてくれるわよね
You know, I miss the happy Toe, but it's nice to have the gloomy one back.
本当は先生に小じわが増えたんじゃないとか噂してたんでしょ
Yeah, wrinkles in your mid-20s.
Fuck off, teacher.
生え際に白髪があったとか首筋に年齢が出てきたとかそういう話をしてたんでしょ
God, a turkey neck. What the fuck?
Isn't that when it's like all wrinkled and that?
してない
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I got my first grey hair when I was like 25, so yeah.
I don't know when I got. I mean, I have some grey hairs. I don't know when I got them. I think I was in my 30s when I started to get them. I don't know.
むしろどうやったら雛形先生のような素敵な女性になれるかを話し合ってました
Alright, Valaria Kantara says measurements are one thing, but something so ordinary and daily as currency would be a nuisance if non-decimal. And Garlic Predex says currency is just another arbitrary measurement, and the exchange rate isn't constant anyway. I don't... Well, but the thing is, right, it's about the convenience of it in everyday life.
Yeah, but how are you going to swap between two different currencies? That would just fuck up any city, or like it's virtually impossible to do. Unless you're a dictatorship and you can enforce that on a city. And then how do they deal with... So they'll have a separate currency on standby that has an exchange rate?
But in the modern times, when you've got fucking contactless and people don't even look at the amount they're paying anyway, who gives a shit?
Pixel, I mean, if that's how you pay for stuff, that's fair enough. But not everyone's
It's
like
not
that.
just me. It's like many people in London. You don't even look at the amount you're paying. You're just like, contactless here you go.
If that's how people like you want to pay like that, you just do that. But not everyone is like that. Fucking insanity. That is a city boy thing, man. That is definitely a city thing. Out in the sticks, we like to know how much money we're fucking spending. I don't go and get my pumpkin spice fucking lattes and not give a shit that it's like £6.
I don't know what the fuck you're thinking. I just told you I went to buy a fucking doner kebab for lunch with coins.
Yeah, you can keep a track of that, but you're sitting there going, but usually I go in there with a card and go, tap tap, I don't give a fuck. As long as it works and no one tells me my card is cancelled, I just pay.
I would do that actually, yeah.
Tap tap.
I mean, we just order on Uber Eats as well. Don't even see how much money's going out the account.
I get notifications on my banking app thing. every
I
time
do
money
as
comes.
well.
Yeah, so that helps.
It goes in or comes out, it says it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Nice.
a good thing. Honestly, I didn't. Crackdew says, honestly, I don't think Toy even knows what they're planning. Probably. Volare Kantari says, well, if a town deserves it, they should deal with that. Or what about using that currency in a bazaar in a dungeon?
Wait, so you mean like a prison shop?
This is a very interesting scenario.
It's a highly specific scenario now.
Have you done this? Are you working for a government, Volare Kantari? And have you done this to a city and you're within your country? I feel like this is coming from somewhere. Maybe you've tried this out in secret as a punishment. Nah, an abandoned dungeon. So you have to go to the dungeon to pay for things?
そうそう憧れの女教師ナンバーワンってね
Number one.
先生の魅力って結構芸能界でも他にいないタイプですよ
Now they're just buttering her
神
up.
社でも他にいないタイプ。
雛形先生の魅力は雛形先生以外の誰にも出せないものだと思います。
Look at Suzumu, the backhanded compliment.
本当にみんな私の悪口を言ってなかったの
I mean, they weren't bad or anything, huh? They all smiled and shook their heads. Finally, Hinagata shrugged and smiled contentedly. She didn't seriously believe her cute little students would ever speak ill of her anyway. I mean, that's a nice way to think. The LCSC was as harmonious as always.
私のような魅力を身につけられるようにみんなも努力なさいな
Oh my god.
じゃあ私職員室に行ってるから何かあったら呼んでね
Well, mission success.
And with that, Hinagata was gone like the wind.
危ない危ない雛形の悪口なんて絶対に言わないのに
先生もそんなつもりで言ったんじゃないよ。
I'm sure she's going to be a bit paranoid that her students might be bad-mouthing her.
そうそういつものただのおふざけだよ
でも冗談抜きで雛形先生は尊敬に値する方だと思います
Yeah, there's like a doubling of the audio when it glitches out. I'm
Only
wondering.
for you. I told
Yeah.
you this already. It's not in the stream, and it's not in my audio either.
No, it appears in the stream as like hiccups.
Yeah, but it doesn't come as a doubling.
Advanced Pro. I have.
Are you seriously going back to troubleshooting?
It's. I've not changed anything. I'm not updating. Ah, fuck this.
それは同感だねあんな先生いやあんな女性なかなかいないよね
That is very true. She's a special sensei. Let me see.
つーかあの年であれはないよ
What's that?
Totally good. There aren't many teachers. Not many
Quite
women
like her.
quite like her. And then she says, "You can say that again. Most her age don't do. You know that what?"
It's the fact that the music stopped that's made me feel like,
Insidious.
what the fuck? Because if the music was still going, this would come across like a joke.
She doesn't do what? Play games.
あれって
はーいシャチホコブ美少女顧問雛形まゆちゃん華麗に参上
Oh yeah. Most people her age don't do that.
あ
なんていい年した大人は言いませんって
What is this music? Why is it gone all eerie? What the fuck?
Because they are now talking behind her back. I like it.
あれは痛いを超えてもはや寒々しいよね
Oh
Jeez.
god.
やっちゃいけない大人の見本
Wow, what the fuck is happening all of a sudden?
Oh, this is getting pretty backhanded now.
黒 どっちも言うね。つうか、小じわだの白髪だの、自覚してんならなんとかしろっての。
Alright, this is getting
相
spicy.
変わらず息臭くね？
What the fuck, Sabakiko? What the fuck? Like, it was already bad. She just thought, oh, we're talking shit. I'm just gonna go full in.
Like, here we go. Yeah, full power, 100%.
何
Like,
を食べてたらあんな臭い息吐けるんですかね？
wow. This went to like 100% really quick.
Why is this happening?
雨上がりのミミズの匂いに似てる。
How do you know what earthworms after the rain smell like? Have you eaten them, Toei?
It says it smells
そんな
like,
もん
not
の匂
tastes
いを
like.
知ってるわけさ。
I mean,
Alright, so-
alright, how does she know how it smells?
Valaria Katara says Doki Doki Literature Club Natsuki fuel. I mean, yeah, it's starting to feel like that. Garlic Bread says no, and Cracktula says, oh, come on, what is this?
I know, why are they shitting on the awesome teacher?
スズムもいつもよく平気な顔して喋れるよね。
I mean, it started off somewhat reasonably with them saying like, yeah, she does that, hi guys, sort of thing. And now...
Wait, let's just go over some things. Tsubakiko used to be the leader of a gang
Delinquent.
and be a delinquent. Toei
Yes, let's
has
reintroduce these characters.
Toei has fucking sucked another man's toes because she was engaged.
That wasn't
to him for
her
a reason.
fault, man.
Man, she
That
still
wasn't
did
her
it.
fault.
And I can't forget it because her name's Toei. And then Kanai like fucking
Are you fucking
eats.
victim blaming her?
She agreed to suck his toes. Anyway, she sucked toes, right? I don't give a fuck. And Kanai, right, like imagines that she's a fucking Alice in Wonderland. Like, get the fuck out. Yous are all weird, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. So, but at the same time, you can't go fucking take the piss out of someone else because they're a bit different, a bit weird, quirky.
A bit different. They're taking the piss out of her because she's past her prime.
No, they're taking the piss out of her initially because she's like, oh, she does that weird thing and she's like older. It's like, well, being older doesn't mean that you can't be weird or quirky. Whatever.
No, it's coming specifically from the fact that she's a teacher who's unmarried or something like that, or like hasn't got a boyfriend. But this part here, where they're like, and her breath stinks.
Everyone's,
the part,
to be fair, man, most people's breath doesn't smell.
That's the part
great.
where it fucking hit. Oh yeah, and Cracktula says, and Riria acts like a child. Yeah, she has a lolly complex, and not that.
To be
not
fair,
that kind
has
of one.
Riria said anything yet?
No. Wait. Go back. Check the chat. Check the log.
Wait. Yeah,
yeah, she has.
Fuck off, Riria. You got a fucking lolly complex weird shit thing going on. Just because you're a magical cleaning lily, why don't you go clean her mouth with like gum or something? I don't know.
Is that Kerstal leaking? No, this is just them being crazy.
まあ僕も臭いかなって思ってる。
Oh my god! What the fuck? Even Susumu? Fuck this. Fuck this fucking DLC.
Wow.
Why is everyone shitting on the teacher? The
You
teacher
paid
is the
money for
best.
this.
Yous are fucking full of
You
shit.
paid money for this, mate.
Whoa, that was a laugh from Toei.
Garlic Product says F2, Suzume.
You guys suck. Fuck off.
Even Suzume's laughing.
This is the creepiest fucking laugh I've heard in the whole game.
つかさ、
Whoa.
死ねばいいのに。
These are new sprites.
Well, I would say the sprites are the same, but the eyes we've not seen because it'll be like different.
This strikes me as more of a Ryukishi thing. The faces are definitely what he would do, and I suppose even what they're saying would come across like something he does. Have their meds worn off.
Oh, dude.
つうか生きるなって酸素もったいね。
Damn, Rania. Your voice.
むしろ尊敬。私があんなだったら即日首つるね。
Oh, isn't it great to be young and to be able to take the piss out of older people? Can't wait to use at that age, then you can fucking do what you're suggesting.
つらされる縄がかわいそう。
Wow.
What the fuck?
だよね。
Suzume.
What the
黙っ
fuck?
て静かに息を止めて窒息して死ねばいいの。
Alright, what
Okay.
is causing this?
What
I mean,
the
look at the background. There's clearly some kind of bullshit going on.
Yeah, But the teacher's not here to see this. Why is this even happening if she's not there?
I'll tell you what's really bothering me right now. We're not hearing any wind.
Maybe the wind. Maybe we're supposed
Normally
to,
you
but my
hear
audio's
fucking
fucked.
wind. It's fucking Ryukishi's thing. You normally hear wind when shit's popping off, right?
I wonder if they forgot to include the wind.mp3 song file.
It's in the fucking game audio. They just haven't triggered it yet.
はあもう存在自体が深い深い
Oof.
死ねばいいのに。死ね死ね死ね死ね。
死ね死ね死ね死ね。
キモいキモキモうざいうざうざうざうざ
Well, it's good. Are we going to see Suzumu's crazy eyes?
Fucking hell, man.
雛形だって死んじゃえ死んじゃ
This is.
And
Bob, is that you?
We have now fucking entered the fucked up zone. God damn, that fucking last line.
Is this her imagination?
Oh wait, was that her dream?
That was her imagination, I think.
She was having a haunting.
Possibly.
There it was again. Right after I left, I heard them talking behind my back.
There you go, it's her imagination.
聞こえるはずないシャチホコ部のあんなにいい子たちがあんな口汚いことを言うわけがない
Oh boy.
I was almost hyperventilating. I leaned against the wall as I caught my breath. A passing student gave me a worried look.
先生大丈夫ですか？
ちょっと貧血みたい心配してくれてありがとう
Damn, she covers good.
そうですか。お大事に。
The girl bowed and walked off.
ふらふら歩いてんじゃねえよクソ教師が
God damn, this haunting is bad.
I think that's just like low self-esteem now.
Once she rounded the corner, the student's face changed and she stuck out her tongue. It was long like a lizard's and covered in warts.
何が貧血だよババアがもう更年期障害かよクソ邪魔くせ風呂で貧血を起こして煮られて死んで汚ねえババア汁にでもなってんのがお似合い
Fucking hell, that was bad. This has turned into fucking the Song of Saya.
That's kind of Song of Saya, yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
今回のはしつこいわねこ
Yeah.
んなのもうとっくの昔から慣れっこだというのに
So Miss Hinagata does have hauntings. I furrowed my
So
eyebrows.
she's still. I thought she said she doesn't suffer these anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I furrowed my eyebrows and managed a wry smile.
Valeria Kantara says schizophrenia. No, anime schizophrenia.
So
Anime psychosis.
So Valari Kantari, the thing that happens in with the girls that you've seen so
All
far,
of them suffer some kind of delusions at some point. Yeah.
which are called hauntings in this game, where they're being haunted by evil spirits that cause them to have bad daydreams. And so what we're seeing here is Miss Hinagata having hers, because we have not seen her have one before.
And the important thing, I believe, is that each of these daydreams, as you put it, is related to some kind of mental illness they are suffering from.
So yeah, Miss Hinagata has got the problem of being
Feeling that she's past her prime.
Yeah, being older and single. I can
Yeah.
relate. Oh damn.
Oh god.
That was right. This was a haunting. My haunting. A haunting that caused me to see and hear everyone I came across as though they were bad-mouthing me behind my back. Thanks to that, it sounded as though the members of the LCSC were saying terrible things about me right after I left.
So, Crack Dealer has said, what's stopping a Japanese high school teacher from just drop-kicking a student in a hallway? First of all, watch Great Teacher Onizuka. Second of all, play Lost Judgment. Because Great Teacher Onizuka, he fucking beats up the students who are shit. And in Lost Judgment, you're not a teacher, but you do get to beat up some kids who fucking deserve it.
I do feel that you will lose your job though, just like in most high schools. It may have felt real to me, but it was a haunting, no doubt about it. After all, there was no way they'd say anything like that. I knew perfectly well what good kids they were. So I was positive it had to be the haunting's fault. No matter how hard the haunting tried to convince me it was real, I could tell it was a hallucination just by using basic logic.
Crack Dealer says she's so close to the Shinji depressed chair meme. Yeah, but this is better, isn't it? First of all, she's got no clothes on. Second of all, there's no chair.
Ah, Kuxo, enjoying a woman's pain while she's naked.
I'm just saying, right?
I'm just saying that while she is suffering her mental depression here, she's naked. Nice.
This is DLC that you paid for. You paid for this. I make sure you get your money's worth.
I didn't pay to sit there and get sexual gratification from someone suffering. I'm just not that type of person, mate. But having
why are you here?
to enjoy the game, I don't need to get anyway. Do you know the thing I've done differently for this stream that I don't usually do?
What's that? Not fix your audio problems.
Har. I've set it to ultra low latency.
You've done that for a while now.
No, I've done that on other things on my Mac. I think I think this might be the first time, at least in a long time, that I've done it on the Windows PC. I don't even know if I've done it. But
why would that affect your audio anyway?
I might be overloading something.
I doubt that. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything to the audio when I do it.
Yeah, but obviously it's different setups, isn't it? And God knows. Garlic Bread X is saying, I remember there was an actor who used to be a school teacher but got fired because he punched a student in self-defense as that student had a knife. Wow.
I would say fucking vindicated, but he got fired because Japan, right?
It was a famous actor. Because if he became famous, then fuck the school. Cradley goes, yes, I am enjoying the exposed neck. Cratila, are you a vampire? Though I do know that there are people that do appreciate an exposed neck, especially in Japan in the olden days.
I would say the back is pretty good there.
あんたとはもうずっと長い付き合いだもの。全然へっちゃらなんだから。
So why are we seeing a picture of you naked?
This looks like a memory.
Even the insults of the girls who turned the corner had been part of the haunting as well. If she really was the type to say such horrible things, then why would she have ever shown a teacher concern? True. It just didn't add up when you thought about it with a clear head. It was too far removed from reality.
Well, that's true. It also sounds like copium.
全く答えないかというと。
Famous actor but not in Japan. Okay.
久しぶりに大きめのだったから、ちょっと答えちゃったわ。
It's because it was those
それ
kids
と
that
も
like.
これって私がまだまだ若いことの証なのかしら。
I mean, yeah, if you're still getting
Now
the
that's
hauntings.
copium.
Oh, if you're still, she said you only get it when you get it when you're young, and then as you go older, it goes away or you get less of them.
霊障のピークは高校生時代。若さと霊障のピークは一緒。つまり、まだ霊障のある私は、まだまだお若い。
Talk about looking at the bright side of life, yeah?
Yeah.
That meant I still had it going. Thank you, Mr. Haunting. Now I had something to be happy about.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Always
There's the wind.
Look on the bright side of life.
Did it.
I'd gotten used to these sort of hauntings long ago. Much like the rest of the descendants of the quintuplets, I hit the peak of my hauntings back in high school. But I'd refused to give in, and I had the words of my mother, who'd also suffered from hauntings.
Wait, this is new.
You, me, your grandma, all the women in our family are captured by mysterious darkness when we are young. We hear people saying bad things about us behind our backs when they actually aren't.
Wait.
A very
So
specific
they
haunting.
all just get... Yeah, all of them get the same thing.
You must have started hearing them too, Mayu. My poor little girl. It must have hurt, didn't it? But think carefully. Do you really think they'd all be bad-mouthing you behind your back?
Yes.
You're friends with Koto and Sota, right? If they had so many bad things to say about you, would they really be coming over every day?
Yeah, so that they could keep saying it.
Behind your back?
Yeah.
Mate, no. Most people are not that psychotic. Put yourself in their shoes. If you hated someone that much, would you really want to spend time at her house every day? Exactly. See, that makes no sense, right? Your friends aren't bad-mouthing you at all. It only sounds like they are. That's the illness. You're not the only one. It happened to me and it happened to your grandma too. And according to her, it happened to her grandma and her grandma's grandma.
And her grandma's grandma's grandma. And her grandma's 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 grandma.
It's a bizarre illness that runs only in our family, one that passes down with each generation. In fact, I hear you saying
Each generation only has one child that's a female?
Yes. In fact, I hear you saying bad things about me behind my back a lot as well. What's that? You never did that, did you? Thank you. I already knew that, of course. I know how much you love me. That's why even if it sounds like you're bad-mouthing me, I know it's all the illness to blame. So I don't let it bother me at all. Even if it seems like you're talking behind my back, you're not actually saying it. It's the illness talking. Wait, what happens if she is bad-mouthing you at some point?
Yeah, someone's got to badmouth you at some point in your life.
I guess you're just like, it's all just the nightmare. Fuck it, don't care.
Now that's copium.
Hey, if it makes life easier to live, and you're not hurting yourself in the long run, who cares? Just keep in mind that none of what you're hearing is real and ignore it. All those bad things you thought your friends were saying about you is all the illness's fault. So just don't let it get to you. It's easier said than done. My mother called the hauntings an illness. I only learned this later, but those who came before my grandmother called it the work of evil spirits. They reframed it as an illness in the modern day, but my mother and all those who came before her understood their hauntings quite well. Our hauntings made us hallucinate that others were saying horrible things about us behind our backs. It was probably the weakest of the hauntings amongst the descendants of the quintuplets. But in exchange, it was the most insidious and the most persistent. Hauntings are caused by cursed soot that accumulates within the body. As such, once one gives birth, all the soot is inherited by the child, while the mother is freed from her hauntings. Right, so the solution to
but
this
the
is to
mother
have a
lives
kid.
in this family.
Yes.
Oh, well, she ain't had a kid yet.
I mean, the mother lives with all of them have that. All the families except for Toys, the mothers live. However, I remember what my mother said as clear as day. In fact, I hear you saying bad things about me behind my back a lot as well. The significance of this was great. My mother should have lost all her cursed soot when I was born. Oh. Her spiritual defenses robbed by the soot should have recovered, rendering her immune to future hauntings. Yet she heard me bad-mouthing her in spite of that. And not just once or twice. My family's hauntings had their roots deep within the mind. So even after they were freed from them, the hauntings remained in the form of a persecution complex.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Despite being rid of the cursed soot, that persecution complex would cause them to hallucinate others bad-mouthing them behind their backs for the rest of their lives.
So what she's saying is she's actually got that.
Holy shit. That is fucking bad. It goes from a curse to an actual psychological issue.
I would argue this curse is the psychological issue anyway.
Meanwhile, the hauntings for the rest of the descendants of the quintuplets were very severe, but they left no traces behind. The brain is a fine piece of work. It treats information that doesn't conform to reality as static and erases it. That's why hauntings are forgotten like daydreams as soon as they end, no matter how horrible they might be. Wait, what? They forget them? But my hauntings were different. They felt extremely realistic. It was very easy to believe others were bad-mouthing you, so my brain didn't delete the memories of my hauntings. Deleting them required firm and careful reasoning. I had no choice but to use that to willingly ignore those memories by pointing out the inconsistencies between them and the people I knew so well. It was painful and suffocating, bordering on self-torture. This would explain the way she acts. You know, the green text stuff and how she's like, oh, the most amazing teacher is coming and all that. This is all this. I feel like that's all of that's side effects of her dealing with it.
I do kind of want to go back to listening to the kids bad mouthing her because that was amazing.
You're a horrible person, Kixel. With experience in the right physical and mental fortitude, it was possible to a certain degree. However, hauntings tended to strike in places you least expected, without warning, sometimes making them too difficult to bear. I was warned never to tell another soul about this, but my grandmother didn't die of heart failure. She committed suicide. In her suicide note, she talked about how she'd been driven to despair by my grandfather's constant belittlement, but realizing it had been the work of the hauntings, my mother destroyed the note. My great-grandmother had also taken her own life. Our hauntings put down roots deep in our minds. Even after we were freed from them, the scars plagued us the rest of our lives. Once we started getting old, our minds and bodies weakened, making it difficult to endure the pain and leading to a tragic end more often than not. I was still young. I could ride out my hauntings relatively easily with a cheery attitude and a stiff upper lip. Ah, that British attitude. But that probably wouldn't work forever. Perhaps I too would meet a pitiful end, just like my great-grandmother, grandmother and mother as well. Wait, what?
それでもまだトイちゃんに比べたら
Well,
あ
that's
の子
true.
なんか子供を産んだらすぐに苦しんで死ぬという輪廻を
Keep
1000年
keep
も
it
続けてるというのに
keep the perspective.
昨日持ちようでいくらでも頑張れる私なんてまだまだ軽い方だわ
But what happens when Toy gets cured and you've got no one else to be like, well, at least they've got it worse, so if they can...
I don't think they're cured in this arc because she's still holding the doll.
But when she gets cured, right? Like... I was okay. My mental barriers hadn't abandoned me yet. I could still find happiness. Besides, things had been much more manageable since growing up. Back in high school, the hauntings were far worse and happened around the clock. Yet even back then, I had always breezed right through them. I mean, that takes some amount of mental... High school, Miss Hinagata!
Hello! Now we're talking. We got school-age teacher.
ああ、お
Pardon
は
me
よ
as I
う。
like this video. Oh fuck, my mouse died. Shit.
Fuck off! Bullshit! Bullshit! You couldn't even
Hang on.
like a video?
Hang on, wait, hang on.
おはよう、まゆ。
I need to plug my mouse
今日
in.
もお綺麗でございますこと。
There we are.
ありがとう。でも、ゆかもすっごい綺麗だよ。
Sorry, Valare Kantara says this game drags her issues out very long. That's the way the game works. Best girl, Kita, and oh, yeah.
どういたしまして。
My friends and I had our silly little greeting. I headed for my desk and put down my bag. Just then, I heard my friends talking in hushed whispers behind my back.
何が綺麗だようだ。ちょいと美形だからって調子ぶっこきやがってよ。マジムカつくよね。ホームに転落していい感じに電車に顔面粉砕されてくんねえかな。
Mate, there's
You know,
no way a teenager could survive this.
This reminds me of the beginning of the game when we saw Tsubakiko contemplating jumping in front of a train. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering, do I need to go back and check if it was actually Tsubakiko?
Yeah.
Is this game an endurance test? It kind of feels like it sometimes, honestly.
何それ豚かわいそう。食ったらブチブチの腸吐き出して死んじゃいそう。
Song Sire territory.
Yeah.
The two cackled in repugnant voices not of this world.
Uh-huh.
Or so I hallucinated. When I turned around, their expressions were peaceful and they waved to me when our eyes met. But once I faced forward again, their faces twisted with disgust and they cackled once more.
How do you know what their faces look like if you turned away from them?
It was the same haunting as always. This had become a part of my everyday life by this point. So it didn't faze me at all. I was perfectly fine. Once I thought about them with a clear head, I'd realised they weren't real. Olakantari is asking Saya no Uta? Yes. The two of them were good at heart, and they were wonderful friends. I could never imagine them saying such hurtful things. And besides, if it was real, then how could I know that they had disgusted looks on their faces? There you go. What? Did I have eyes in the back of my head? It didn't make sense no matter how you spun it, which meant that this clearly wasn't real. My mother had called it an illness, but that definitely wasn't it. This was the work of evil spirits, meddling by spirits, hauntings.
ひな形って胸でけえよな。やらしい胸してんだろうな。こねくり回して。
No, this is just real.
That's just you, mate.
Mate, there's fucking plenty of dodgy bastards in high school that would be saying shit. Well, okay, wait. No. Okay, right. Okay, no. This has gotten weird fast.
はい、チャイムが鳴ったら席に着く。あれ、ひな形、まだ生きてんの？
Oh my god.
早く死ねよな。
That could have been worse.
She is living the audio. It's like the life of what's his name from Song of Saya.
Yeah, the main. Yeah, you're right. It is the main
It's
character
that.
from Song of Saya.
But instead of being visual,
Saya no Uta.
it's like audio and a bit of visual.
Uh-huh. That little haze covering everything. Who's eating horribly, man?
The whole class was slandering, mocking, and humiliating me. But it was all a haunting. I'd gotten used to this ages ago. Hauntings were just bullying by the dead who still clung to this world. At present, there was no way for the living to beat them. But by smiling and keeping a firm presence of mind, you could deflect the spirits with positive energy. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I said what I wanted to say.
A smile a day kept the hauntings at bay. I calmed down and placed my faith in my friends, teacher, and classmates. No one was saying anything bad about me. I just had to keep smiling, watch, and learn.
ひな形まゆ。
Yeah, like nothing happened.
Mate, at her age, I could not fucking do this. I don't know how many people could, like, we're forgetting this. What age is she in this? Like 17, 16 or something?
16, 17, something like that.
She's got the mental fortitude of like some sort of 40-year-old battle-hardened army vet.
Like, hardened army vet.
I don't know, like some hard-ass person that's been through a whole load of shit and been able to like mentally, like harden themselves mentally to handle this kind of shit. Like people constantly talking shit about you, even if you know it's not real, like hearing them, thinking that you can hear them alone, just would skew your perception of them, like totally. It's this is impressive stuff. See, the class had been a whirlwind of slander, yet in reality it was quiet and peaceful. The teacher took roll call.
ひな形の返事は今日も明るくて元気だな。みんなも朝から元気よく返事をするように。朝から寝ぼけていては頭に入るものも入らんぞ。
The teacher beamed at me, affirming my cheerful reply. I gave an embarrassed smile and the rest of the class grinned. See, I didn't hear any bad-mouthing then. Nothing but spectacular smiles. Smiles blew the hauntings away. This was my trump card in my war against them. My mother told me to look away and ignore them, but that wouldn't work. You wouldn't be able to endure them forever if you just accumulated damage over time. I was different. I didn't endure, I evaded them perfectly. No damage equals earn affection with wonderful smiles equals a brighter future awaits! The hauntings certainly weren't easy, but considering how they clearly taught me the value of smiles, they didn't really seem so bad. I was born with this and couldn't escape it, so I had to make something positive out of the whole situation.
ひな形ってマジでムカつく。死ねば死ねばいいのにいいのに。
I turned around and gave a smile and wave. She noticed and reciprocated in kind. How did you like that, haunting? My smile could conquer any slander you threw my way. Your attempts at hurting me were pointless. It was pathetic how powerless the spirits were. I almost felt bad for ignoring them. I'd throw them a bone and grade the next insults their feeble little minds managed to conjure. Oh, that was fast. The teacher was saying something while writing on the blackboard.
だくよ。ひな形なんで生きてんだ車にひかれて。
These hauntings have become weak sauce now, man. It was way better earlier on.
ではここの問題をひな形。
30点ってとこですね。
ん
My mother told me to ignore the hauntings, but I chose to face them head on instead. It was probably a little weird. I was supposed to just be dodging them entirely. And yet I was facing them directly. Perhaps
I approve
I
of
was...
this.
Hmm?
I approve of this. I like this mentality. Face it head on and say, fuck you. There you go.
Perhaps I was in my rebellious phase. I didn't want to follow my mother's guidance blindly. I didn't want to face the same fate as her. So maybe I was consciously turning my back on her teachings. Wait, this is the same fucking room as Kanai. It's the exact same background.
Let's just say that she moved house when she was older, and then Kanai moved into that house.
And they didn't change the furnishings or the clothes on the wall.
So Valeria Kantara says, how do you face hallucinations? Wouldn't you look like a nut job for talking to the air? She's not talking to the air, though. The hallucinations are of people who are already there and what they're doing. So she's facing the people and just like waving to them or something. So, you know, they wave back normally because they're like, oh, she's waving to me.
I think Miss Hinagata is partly insane. I feel like, and I don't try to say that to disparage her. I'm saying that because I feel like you need to have an element of insanity to be able to handle this head on like the way she is. I admire it. I think this is great that she's able to handle all of this and still smile. And have such a kind of like positive way of tackling it, considering the insinuation or the insinuation that her mother's killed herself from this, her grandmother, great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother. Yeah.
I mean, I approve of her mentality.
Uh-oh. I heard an ashtray or something being thrown and clattering across the floor. That was what greeted me instead of a genial welcome home. My father had just woken up for his night shift and was in a bad mood.
Don't blame him.
My mother had returned from her part-time job while complaining about how stupid her boss was. Wait, what?
Yeah, this just sounds real.
Wait, I thought her mother had killed herself.
Not yet, but she's young right now.
Their tempers clashed, resulting in yet another marital spat.
知ってるのよ。私が背を向けると舌打ちをしてることくらい。
Oh, right.
And there it was again. This was the second time Mum had accused Dad of constantly insulting her when she wasn't looking. But I'd never heard my father do that once. He wasn't the type, no matter how upset he got.
Oh wait, hang on a
ぐち
second.
ぐち言ってるのも私全部聞こえてるんだからね。気づかないと思った？いつもちゃんと聞こえてるんだから。
Valeria Kantara says, so in Sayano Uta, is the twist that she's the only one looking normal because she looks fucked up in reality? Yes, actually.
Spoiler alert. Cradio says I'm still waiting for the little sister thing they were talking about.
I will
Right.
laugh if it doesn't come up.
Wait, she'd said that her mother had told her about the curse and her mother was aware of it.
Yeah.
So why is the mother acting...
Have you forgotten? She also said that as they grow older, you know, their mental faculties do start to wane a bit, and these start to affect them more and more.
Right.
It's not the curse anymore, or the hauntings rather. It's just mental illness
Mental.
by that point.
My father finally ran out of patience, resulting in a heated argument. My mother probably wasn't much longer for this world. Holy shit. Hauntings are meant to be passed on from parent to child at the moment of birth. So the fact I was here meant my mother should have been freed from them. And yet she still heard them. That could only be a scar left by the hauntings, a persecution complex.
まゆ帰ったならただいまくらい言いなさいよ。
She did though. No, she didn't.
言ったよ。
Oh, yeah, okay,
She
she
just
did.
got here as well.
いいえ言って
Never
ま
mind that,
せ
she
ん。
got here
母
before her
さんは
mum.
耳がいいの。あなたが朝ご飯を食べるとき、また夕べの残りかって舌打ちしたの。ちゃんと聞こえてるんだからね。
I never did any of that, of course. Not once had I said anything behind her back. But she claimed to have heard it all the same, even though she should have been liberated from the hauntings. This was the fate of those who didn't resist. My mother had told me to ignore the hauntings, much like how parents and teachers told children to ignore bullies. To ignore meant not fighting back, and all that would do was permanently erode your heart and mind. I concluded from my experiences with bullies in grade school that it would result in a slow death. So ever since then, I decided to do the opposite of what my mother taught me. Even if I told her that my friends were bad-mouthing me behind my back, she would disregard it and tell me to just ignore them. And what happened to those who followed that philosophy? My grandmother ended up committing suicide, and my mother would likely meet the same end in the near future. I'd be damned if I ended up that way. I'd fight back. I wouldn't ignore them. I'd carve a happy life with my own hands. I wouldn't submit myself to misery like they had.
どうして私に感謝しないの？あんなにも苦労して育ててあげたのに。
I always thank you. I never say anything behind your back. But no matter how many times I told her that, the result was always the same.
そうおっしゃい。母さんは耳がいいの。あなたの陰口は全部聞こえてるんだからね。
じゃあきっとそうなんじゃない。
今なんて言ったの？
母さんにそう聞こえてるなら、それが母さんの世界なんじゃない。私が陰口を言ったって言わなくたって、母さんの世界では言ってることになってんだから。
Mm-hmm.
Getting philosophical here.
But it's true. It's like if that's your perception, whether it's real or not, you still hear it. And it's hard to not let that skew your perception. I was fed up with my mother's constant insistence that she had good hearing. At first, I pitied her as an unfortunate victim of the hauntings, but I'd exhausted all my sympathy for her by this point. After all, she'd reaped what she'd sowed. This was what she got for letting the hauntings gnaw away at her all her life without fighting back. That's a harsh way to look at it. I wouldn't be like her. I'd stand up to them and be happy, no matter what it took.
まゆちゃん、それが親に言うこと。育ての恩も忘れて。
無視すればいいじゃん。母さん、私が小学校でいじめにあった時もそう言ったでしょ。私や父さんが本当に陰口を言ったって言わなくたって無視すればいい。母さんやおばあちゃんがそうしてきたみたいに、ずっとずっと。
I feel like this is a bit unfair to throw this at her when, as you get older, she said herself, it gets harder to deal with it, whether it's a haunting or it's actual mental.
Yeah, but at the same time, Hinagata, the child, our main character now, has to deal with it as well.
Yeah, but she's only 16. She's not lived 30, 40 years of having to constantly think this is happening.
That's kind of the point. She's only 16. She gets the worst of it with the hauntings right now. And she's having to put up with her mum's, you know, shall we say, leftover battle scars. It's going to be a strain on her as well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have anything against her feeling angry. But this, why don't you just ignore it? Saying it to someone whose mental fucking status is just broken down entirely from years and years of this. Like, yeah, this is not helping anyone. She's just lashing
when
out.
you're pissed off, and while you're a kid especially, like, you say things just to be hurtful. You know it.
Well, she should get over herself.
マユあんたなんか産まなければよかった
And this is a bad way. This is the mother doing the same thing.
Uh-huh.
And this is very bad as well. You should never say that unless you genuinely mean it. And if you genuinely mean it, you should
Where's
Fuck
that going?
産んでくれと頼んだ覚えもないし
that is true. Sheesh, what a stereotypical mother-daughter fight. I mean, not even manga used phrases so cliched anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about. Umineko used those phrases.
But I endured it.
Kalik Phoenix says, what a happy family.
And so, after that vicious argument, I decided to defy my mother's ultimate order. I'm sure she'd originally told me this out of legitimate concern for me, but I wanted to rebel against her. Perhaps I believed by doing so I could destroy the parts of myself that were like her. The order in question concerned a taboo. An action forbidden to the descendants of the cursed quintuplets.
これでいいか
What, writing a diary?
Before me was a tiny diary I'd bought at a stationery store right after enrolling in high school. I'd never bothered with one before in my life. However, I'd bought this one on a whim, suspecting a hopeful new beginning awaited me in the future. Though I never did end up using it.
当然よねダイアリーは思い出の宝石箱だもの嫌な思い出なんか記して残したくなんかないし
Oh, come on. Writing about bad things also helps.
I think, yeah, I agree with you, but I also think that
So Valara Kantara says she's mature. That mother needs some normal pills. And does that curse make them immune to inbreeding damage? Inbreeding damage? You mean like genetic bullshit? Oh,
I'd been plagued by hauntings before then, but they only got worse after I started high school. So I couldn't come up with any positive experiences to blot out the negative ones. I took the diary and a pen, placed them by my pillow, and turned out the lights.
Fred X says, day 785. My mum still says she regrets having me.
Jeez. The taboo forbidden to those who possessed the cursed suit was to write down one's dreams.
Oh.
A dream diary, okay. When I was a little girl, my mother had told me something many a time before her heart had eroded away. Dreams had no effect on reality because they were forgotten. To write down one's dreams was to gradually draw one's soul away from reality. No matter how much pain they caused, hauntings could heal so long as they were forgotten like daydreams. But if they were written down, they remained as memories. Scars from hauntings etch deeply onto the soul. If they were to accumulate over time, then it wasn't hard to fathom the hauntings getting worse. But how exactly? That was something I couldn't imagine. My own mother's rejection had wounded me deeply, so I decided it didn't matter anymore. I wanted to break her taboo and dive even deeper into the darkness.
Yes!
What do you mean, yes? This is extremely destructive.
What are you talking about?
She's saying, I want to break her taboo and dive even deeper into the darkness. Like,
and
basically
I said, yes,
hurt herself.
because that is challenging it.
It's not
It's
challenging
perfect.
it. It sounds like she just wants to hurt herself more.
Valaria Kantara says, when comes the interactive part of this game? There
There
are
is
none.
none. It is a visual novel. There is no
It is a-
interaction. But
It is a novel, like, pretty much straight into it. There were only a few moments when we had some element of choice, and that was just what order we saw the story in. In terms of interactivity, there is none. You just watch it from beginning to end.
Garlic Bread X says embrace the darkness.
Absolutely.
Teenage Rebellion didn't even begin to describe it. It was downright childish self-abandon. Yes, she's basically wanting to kill, like, just suffer more. That's what she's trying to do here. From that day onwards, I started writing down my nightmares, my hauntings. At first, I was surprised by just how often I actually dreamed. According to studies, most people have several dreams a night. A few remember them after waking up. Oh. This happens because the brain weeds out nonsensical information. Most dreams are incoherent and virtually impossible to describe verbally. It's rare to have a dream you can clearly explain. The ones you can are just the ones the brain can make sense of. Interesting.
No. Valaria Kantare, it's not that there were choices. There are no choices in this. None.
No, we're basically just reading a book with pictures.
Hence, visual novel.
You don't need to be... I'm pretty sure Valaria Kantari is not familiar with visual novels. But yes, that's why it's called a visual novel. You can have choices in visual novels. That does happen. But
but Ryukishi's novels, and Ryukishi is the author, Ryukishi's novels tend to have no choices at all.
There's a word for it. I can't remember what it is. But
I think it was kinetic. I can't remember.
Kinetic. Wait, is kinetic not the ones that have choice?
I don't remember.
So there's a word for it, but this is basically we're on a track and we're just following the tracks. There is no choice. But since those are 1 in a million, most dreams are just forgotten. That's why most people believe they barely dream. Yeah, I feel that I barely dream. Guess I don't barely dream.
I don't remember my dreams at all nowadays, so yeah.
However, even their brains need a little time to delete unnecessary information.
Having said that, I barely sleep, so I don't know.
My brain's doing a defrag. Put in more temporal terms, and it only takes a minute or two after waking up for the brain to return to its normal levels of oxygen. To jot down a whole night of illogical nonsense within that very brief time frame would have taken me a lot of practice. So why bother with words at first? I would just let my pen draw out the images in my brain. Fair enough.
I want to see this.
At first, they resembled an infant's scribblings, but they weren't mere scrawls.
Was it The Ring, or was it, I know there's some fucking horror movie that had a kid drawing shit. Was it Sixth Sense?
I don't know. Not The Ring, though.
Oh.
They were vivid depictions of the abyss the hauntings dragged me down to. After just a week or two, I could write them down in words even right after waking up. The incoherent scribblings gradually became comprehensible words depicting the madness I'd witnessed. And oddly enough, my dreams slowly but surely grew more detailed as this process continued. Almost like a camera lens coming into focus over time. Soon I could express my dreams clearly in sentences. What's more, I could write while my brain was still partially asleep. It was almost as though my hand was moving on its own. My handwriting was on the pages, but I couldn't remember having picked up the pen. Like my body had been possessed by someone in a nightmarish world of hauntings. And so the pages of my dream diary were filled out one after another.
Do tell. I'm actually really interested in this.
夢日記を禁じるのも納得ね。私ってこんなにも毎日ろくでもない夢を見ていた。
I finished writing down a hallucination I'd had during class and reviewed the previous pages. By now I could write about not only dreams I had in my sleep, but also whatever in reality I faced when spacing out.
Wait, Valeria Cantare has said, even after like 10 years after playing Super Mario 64, I occasionally had Super Mario 64 dreams. Yeah, we call them Tetris dreams because people have had that before. I believe that's the term for it. And it goes, the weirdest was smoking weed and chilling in the castle. Are you sure that
Nice.
didn't just happen in reality, mate?
What, he was smoking weed and chilled in a random
Chilling in
castle?
the castle. Yeah.
Most people forget their own nightmares once they're past, but when I started writing mine down, it surprised me just how many bad dreams people have each day.
夢日記は夢を記憶に留める訓練みたい。そうすることで覚えていてはいけないものを記憶に留められるようになる。
According to my writings, almost all my dreams and daydreams were nightmares. It stunned me to realize just how much they colored my world. The nightmares themselves differed day to day. Some were easy to understand, like exaggerations of past trauma. But there was also one where I was slowly sinking upside down into a black swamp. Fucking hell.
Now we're talking.
What the hell? I struggled to breathe, but could hear someone else breathing painfully right into my ear. Perhaps those breaths were even my own. Though that was all I could remember, it was the most frightening dream of them all.
眉ってさ、いっつも勘違っててキモいよね。頭いいのを鼻にかけてて、一周回ってバカな感じ？
上履きいっつも汚ねえよな。洗ってるのかよあれ。
The answer to that is no, I don't wash my shoes.
家とかマジで汚そう。臭そう。虫とか。
God damn it.
してそう。
Okay, there's no voice for that one.
So you need to do it.
Mate,
Come on, you know the rules.
Okay,
There you go. That wasn't so bad, was it?
that was bad for my voice box. My classmates spewed juices from their mouths as they collapsed into laughter like hideous blobs. Every part of them, from their bodies to expressions, was warped into something inhuman, just like in one of my nightmares. My hallucinations were finally beginning to eat into my day-to-day life. Or perhaps it had always been this way, and I'd only begun to perceive it thanks to my dream diary. My classmates? No, it wasn't just them. Even strangers I passed would talk behind my back, and they weren't simply bad-mouthing me. They even turned into macabre creatures that tried to torment my eyes as well. Holy shit, this is turning to Song of Sire.
This
Had
is,
it-
yeah.
This is ripping it off. Had I set foot in the realm of nightmares? Or was this the world's natural state and we all simply failed to remember it? It didn't matter. I could feel myself sinking even deeper.
All
Just
right,
being
I'm going to
ab-
keep going in the chat because this is getting quite interesting. One other odd dream I was I was in an alarm post accompanied with a couple of Marios with rifles in a tall mountain-like area. Cractula says, I sleep and I see Rouge the Bat sucking off Groot from Marvel and getting splinters and I wake up in a cold sweat. Sleeping is overrated. And Valeria Kotara says, oh, I remember, like a week ago I had a weird dream I was in Half-Life 3. Half-Life 3, obviously the game that never came out, but I think it was the author who put like the story up on the internet saying, well, this game's never being made, here's what would have happened. Did you see that? Was it that, or...
What is it,
just like
Gabe
what
Newell? Because that's a Steam game, isn't
What?
it?
Well, yeah, but it's not Gabe Newell who wrote the story.
Who wrote the story?
I don't know who the author was, but he put up the story for Half-Life 3 on the internet at some point where it's like, yeah, this game's never being made, so here's what would have happened.
It's kind of
yeah.
That's crazy, but also kind of cool.
Huh.
I mean, I'm interested in the story, so if it's never going to be made, I'd like to at least know the story.
Well, go look for it. It's up on the internet somewhere.
Well, no, I'm saying in general. I've not played the Half-Life and Half-Life 2. I only bought Half-Life to get Counter-Strike, which was free with it at the time. I think that was the only way you could get Counter-Strike at that time. Counter-Strike Source. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just being able to tell that was good enough for me.
Oh.
今夜の夢は また漆黒の沼を一晩中沈んでいくやつね。
Wait, what makes you so sure about that?
I was just trying to act tough, of course. Sinking endlessly into darkness slowly ate away at your sense of self. It was like being slowly burned alive by charcoal fire. And because it was so slow, the pain and fear would seize me all the way until daybreak came, never once loosening their grip. However, I could clearly perceive my nightmares by this point. They were not now lucid dreams, so to speak. A type of dream in which I knew I was dreaming. There were two
Also,
of me.
some people try really hard to get that.
The me sinking into the darkness and the me who could view that objectively. So while part of me was suffering, the other of me could contemplate in peace. According to my dream diary, this was one of my most frequent nightmares. This one where I kept sinking to the bottom of a swamp. Darkness. In hindsight, the whirlpool at the bottom of the darkness may have been the first thing I'd drawn in my dream diary.
私は霊障の闇の一番底に誘われている。
I'd had this nightmare several days in a row, but it didn't feel like I was having the same dream over and over again. I must have been sinking deeper into the same darkness with every passing night, progressing further each time.
そしてこの闇の渦は水とかそういうのじゃない。うん、この闇は何？
I pondered the nature of the darkness that dragged me further into its depths each night. Though it flowed like water, it wasn't liquid. It stuck to me like glue, yet it didn't weigh anything.
これはシュシュ。
Suit. From what I'd heard, the remains of plankton pile up at the bottom of the ocean depths like falling snow. This was just like that. The remains of painful emotions were piling up like pitch black snow. I'd been sinking into that heap of soot day after day, but no matter how deep the ocean, you'd reach the bottom eventually. It had to be the same here. That was what I thought anyway. But what would I find at the bottom? I'd cast myself into the whirlpool of nightmares, of soot with reckless abandon. But I didn't dive into it because I hoped I would die. I had only wanted to scatter into ashes and vanish in the air. I hadn't been thinking about the bottom when I threw myself in.
でも今は少し興味がある。この悪夢の世界の一番奥に何が待ってるの？
Roughly speaking, even bullying could be called a form of communication. So were the hauntings, which could be thought of as bullying by evil spirits, trying to tell me something. But what could it possibly be?
誰？私を一番そこで待っているのは誰？
And so, for the first time, I was convinced that there wasn't just some flat surface down there, but rather someone with a will of their own awaiting my arrival.
待っているのは誰？あるいは誰かなど問題ではない。私に伝えたいことは何？
For here,
Oh god. It's
I
gonna be
heard some-
herself.
I
Or her
heard
mum. Or her grandma.
Maybe. I heard something, I was sure of it. It felt like something had echoed from the bottom of the darkness in response to my call. They weren't words. It was a nursery rhyme or something. My chest tightened and the suit swallowing me grew thicker as I became aware of it. I could hear it. I could hear a song. Come over here,
Messiah?
mountain deer, mountain deer.
Oh no, I remember this song.
I cannot, for there are demons there. Make a helmet from a pot, mountain deer, mountain deer. I cannot, for my antlers I fear.
角が頭に生えていたらお釜なんかかぶれない。
It felt like I had antlers sticking from my head at that moment, like they'd always been there. When had I ever sprouted antlers? I touched my head and felt a pair of magnificent antlers there. They weren't
Yeah.
small like demon horns.
Wait, they're there now.
Oh, They were like the firm branches of a centuries-old tree imbued with a god. And there they were, growing out my head. I see, so I'd sprouted antlers, had I? I felt like whatever was waiting for me at the bottom also had antlers, and that I had been awaiting my arrival for a long, long time.
誰なの？私を呼んでいるのは。
Come on.
Then I heard it clearly for the first time.
No. That's fucking annoying.
Those were the first words that I heard from it.
Moshi moshi?
I suddenly came to my senses. The phone must have woken me up. I picked up the receiver, gave some responses without much thought, and hung up once they were done.
また列車。
I'd had far fewer of them since reaching adulthood, but this had been the strongest one in a long time.
今日は一番ひどかった頃のことを回想していたような。
I couldn't tell whether that was a haunting or a flashback.
Cactula says, no, they've ruined it. That's canonically incorrect. A deer should make monkey noises.
To blame every single bad dream in the hauntings was also part of a persecution complex.
こんな呪い、私の代で終わらせなきゃね。
By not having any kids?
Or by resolving the curse. My eyes shifted to the ancient manuscript on my desk. Reading something so wicked must have drawn an evil spirit to me. That was probably why I had suffered the haunting.
でも研究しなきゃね。5つ子の邪法だって結果的には呪いのすすを封じ続けることに成功している。毒にするか薬にするかは使う人間次第。うまく使うことで少しでもみんなの負担を軽くできたなら。
Noble. The cursed suit was not exclusive to Rokugami Hiko no Mikoto.
Nice.
Curses on humans by local gods of yore consistently manifested as suit. Perhaps
So this has happened more than once before?
I think the suit in general comes from curses on humans from gods. So like, maybe not the specific type of one, but other types of curses that involve suit.
Valaria Kantara says, so what is she? Teacher or nurse? Teacher nurse.
She's nurse
Right.
teacher, the best.
She's a teacher in the school, but she's also the school nurse. So yeah, as Crackdealer says, why not both?
Perhaps Japan's history of volcanoes erupting and raining down their ash signified the gods cursing humans.
Yeah, because that only happened in Japan, isn't it?
I mean, most places don't have live volcanoes close to them. As a result, investigations regarding the mystery surrounding the cursed suit had been encountered all over the country. Everything began 1,000 years ago when masses of cursed suit were sealed into a single Azusa priestess using the suit gathering spell. Alright, maybe these are all related to this one curse. However, that ritual had been devised in another region, so it was worth looking into old documents about the black arts that had nothing to do with the Rokugami Hiko no Mikoto.
すすだきの邪法は確かに究極かもしれない。呪いのすすに蝕まれた人を完全に救うことのできる唯一の術。
The ritual in question brought the cursed suit into one place and sealed it away. 1,000 years ago, the village had been saved by bringing all its suit into a sacrifice.
It was what they did to Suzuname.
Yeah. That meant the village had been completely purified of the cursed suit. In other words, given a sacrifice, even the members of the LCSC, the descendants of the quintuplets, could be freed from the curse. Wait, you're gonna just sacrifice someone else to get it for 1,000 years? What the fuck?
I think she's going to sacrifice herself.
But it's still got, you're just kicking the fucking thing down the line. You're kicking the can down the fucking path. That's all you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that would mean forcing someone else to inherit the 1,000-year curse.
それじゃ意味はないわよね。
Yeah. They were all good kids. No matter how painful their hauntings might be, they would never wish to sacrifice anyone else to get rid of them. Also, if most of them grow up and the hauntings go away, and I suppose their kids would then have it and their kids' kids.
That's why I said, honestly, the best way to deal with it is just not have kids, and then, like, that line of the curse is cut off.
In the modern day, that would happen very quickly. Not a lot of people don't have kids now.
Is there a quest that can just end the curse totally? I mean, I think that's what the main character was doing, right? Punch trees until he leveled up enough.
So Valara Kantari, yes. And I believe this is a DLC, but in the main story that we played last week, I think
over the course of this year.
Yes, I think...
Because this is post-game DLC right now, this chapter.
Yeah.
We've already beaten the curse, but we're diving back into the story from the teacher's perspective, maybe? I don't know.
I think that's what's happening. We're getting the teacher's perspective on this. The opposite of the spell that had transferred all the village's suit to a single person. A spell that could diffuse the curse rather than keep it condensed in one spot. Amongst those, only the quintuplet spell had been successful. Theoretically speaking, the suit could eventually be watered down to practically nothing if the spell were repeated consistently over time. But in the end, it was still a black art. It would never turn out that well. Cursed suit spread across 5 bloodlines would grow stronger by taking on more suit with each generation. In the end, it would be like repaying a loan by taking out another loan with an even worse interest rate.
そんな極端な術じゃなくて、もっとささやかなものはないのかしら。霊障に苦しんでいる時に、ほんの少しだけでも和らげてあげられるような、そんな。
The power punching trees. My lips curved into a wry smile when I heard what I was saying. Black arts were a trade-off. No spell came without a price. Any happiness found through it would in turn create an equal amount of suffering.
だとしたら、やっぱりこの術は試す価値があるのかもしれない。
Maybe you should try the white arts instead of the black arts. Maybe that would work.
Valeria Katara says, I missed Twin Tail Girl already.
Can I?
Which one? Yeah, because there's Kanai and there's Tsubakiko, both of whom have twin tails, so...
Kratia says, best way, let Mitsu go jungle lane, not mid, and let him farm to level up so he can break the bell and slaughter the village. I opened the document up to a bookmarked page. It was a black art, far more meager in scale than the suit gathering spell. The suit transfer spell.
これの最大のメリットは、特別な準備が何もいらないことね。この平成の現代に、術のために凡将と生贄がいるなんて言われても、準備なんかできないんだし。
With the spell, you could take in a tiny bit of the subject's suit. Wait, what? It was said to have been devised by mountain monks to save those suffering from hauntings.
Is she like cutting her wrist and letting that person drink her blood?
Yep, that's what that looks like. However, with every repeated usage, the cursed suit would build within the user. Cursed suit was unthreatening in small quantities, but led to harrowing hauntings in higher densities. And enough of it could transform you into an avatar of the divine curse. As a result, the spell itself was considered a trap of the curse, and thus was sealed away as a black art.
Valeria Kantara says, man, you really can read a book instead of this game. This game ain't that long compared to Umineko, the magnum opus of the same author, if you ask me. Umineko is really long. Longer than most books, I think.
There were several requirements to cast the spell, but fortunately I met all of them.
So let's just hand wave over it.
It was only natural. After all, I was one of the inheritors of the Rokugami Hiko no Mikoto's curse. My blood was far closer to the curse than others. I was in the best position to cast the spell.
この邪法で少しだけすすを引き受けてあげることで、みんなの霊障を少し和らげられるかもしれない。
Toei suffered the worst of us all. Her condition would surely be alleviated somewhat if I absorbed a bit of her suit. Of course, that would mean taking in the hauntings that came with it.
霊障は思春期がピーク。でも私はもう成人してる。同じ量のすすでもトイちゃんよりはずっと軽い霊障で済むはず。
See you in a bit, Garlic Bread X.
それに私、
Oh man.
こう見えても霊障を戦い抜いてきた歴戦の猛者だしね。
I still hadn't found a way to free everyone from the car's suit. But with the suit transfer spell, perhaps I could ease everyone's suffering a little until that day came. Just then, I heard someone frantically running down the hall. They stopped in front of the door, so I assumed someone had gotten hurt. Would I be faced with a cerebral concussion from those firebrands at the baseball club, or a dislocation from the rascals of the basketball club? Right after I sat up straight, the door clattered open.
Oh boy.
どうしたの？
Is this the surprise birthday party?
Toy was lying on the floor on Tsubakiko's lap. I could see just how pale the others were when they looked at me. Wait, but this is the same day?
Oh.
I think.
何があったの？トイちゃん、しっかり。
Yeah, that sounds bad.
先生来てくれたよ。
What? Yeah, the nurses. I'll give you a cold compress.
今日は体調良さそうで、みんなの話に相槌打ったり普通にしてたんです。そしたら急にひっくり返って泡を吹いちゃってさ。
That's usually a bad sign. Maybe she got rabies. Maybe you guys should step back. Oh, that's not good. Is she vomiting black? Ew. Tsubakiko wiped Toy's mouth with a handkerchief. It was stained grey from a mixture of soot and saliva.
私もさっきやられてたし、トイちゃんも同じだったのかしらね。
From my observations of the descendants of the quintuplets, while hauntings generally appeared to happen at random, occasionally there would be more to them. Some natural phenomena, such as the waxing and waning of the moon and changes in air pressure, seemed to affect spirits as well. Perhaps everyone was having extra bad hauntings today, to a greater or lesser degree.
私のやつも今日は久しぶりに随分ひどかった。もともとが重症のトイちゃんならこうなるのも。
She's volunteering a lot of info to these girls all of a sudden.
Toy was clutching one of her dolls tightly. I don't know if she's saying that out loud or in her head. I could get her being like this if she'd lost it, but this haunting must have been rather nasty if even the doll couldn't mitigate it.
どうする？休ませれば大丈夫？やっぱ救急車？
Probably call an ambulance. The curse ambulance.
先生、どんな具合なんですか？黒髪先輩は大丈夫なんですか？
She doesn't look alright. There was nothing a hospital could do for Toy. I had to ease her haunting, no matter how little. That was what mattered. If the doll wasn't doing any good, then the shrine was the only other option. Our only hope was to lay her down in the doll memorial hall and let her rest.
車を出すわ。ちょっとトイちゃんを見ててもらっていい？頭は床でいいから横を向けて。何か吐いたとき、喉を詰まらせないようにね。
The recovery position.
Practical.
She is a nurse after all. Ew. Oh.
Oh! That sounded legit.
Oh. The eyes are rolling up, she's out.
KO.
Yeah, let's take her to the shrine. That's what she needs, not medical help. Toy threw up something muddy and black. It wasn't simply soot mixed with saliva. It was like tar.
Bile?
早くしろよ、もたもたすんじゃねえよ、ひな形。豚か
I
よ、
love it when
とろいんだ
Tsubakiko
よ。
gets that.
早く助け。
No, this is her haunting. God. I didn't think I'd be getting tastes of Sai and Uta in this game. Damn it, what horrible timing. Why now? Luck really wasn't on our side. Of all the days for Suzuhara to be at home... Oh yeah, he cures you by touching your forehead. That probably wasn't a coincidence. This might have been a normal day if he had been around. The girls were melting and turning into hideous flesh monsters as they badmouthed me.
Here we go. It's gonna get the blob thing again, isn't it?
I had to endure this. If I fainted, then there'd be no way I could help Toei. There was a temporary solution, but it'd only bring me back to my senses for a short while. I chomped down on the palm of my own right hand. Pain could alleviate hauntings slightly, but it couldn't be half-assed. I had to bite hard enough to puncture the skin. Damn, man.
Oh, there we are. There's the teeth. Thing, yeah.
And I bet you the other kids are like, what the fuck is going on?
Why'd you just bite your hand?
Teacher, we need to help Toei. Why did you randomly bite your hand? Drops of blood spilled from my hand to the floor. At that moment, the grotesque monsters turned back into my dear students. What? But just then, Kanai staggered and fell to the floor in pain.
もう勘弁してよ、ウサギさん。指は我慢できても、
Oh no.
そこちぎられるのはちょっと。
Wow, she's actually talking about the fucking Alice in Wonderland dreams in reality now. That's really bad.
Shit, she was facing a haunting too. Tsubakigo's face had also gone pale and clammy with sweat. Rirya was the same. She swayed to and fro, staring out into space. Oh shit, man, they've all gone mental. It seemed today really was the worst, spiritually anyway. Everyone was suffering from powerful hauntings all at once. I felt warm blood trickle down my hand to the floor.
Teach them to bite their hands.
I don't think that's a sensible thing to teach them to get out of this, because it should be like...
Well, it worked for her.
Yeah, but it's like, if they're constantly biting their hands, there was no other way. I had to try it. My only option was to test out the suit transfer spell on the spot.
トイちゃん、しっかり先生の言うことを聞いて。これを舐めて、そしたら少し楽になるから。
What was she get? Whoa, shit! She's getting him to lick her blood. So long as the user met the requirements, the suit transfer spell was very simple. I presented my bleeding palm to Toei's mouth. This was the suit transfer spell. By directly giving her my blood and taking in some of her cursed suit, I could relieve her haunting.
Wait, how does that work? She drinks her blood, therefore her soot goes back to the teacher.
Logic. It may have seemed like the drinker was absorbing the suit at a glance, but it was the other way around. The fluids in one's body were full of life energy. That energy included spiritual protection. By passing that on to the drinker, I could take in their cursed suit. Okay, that's how that works. I felt Toei's tongue graze my hand. I felt all the heat in my body gather at the wound in my palm and get sucked away by that act alone. I understood. So this was the blood pact for the blood god. No. So this was what it felt like to lose one's spiritual defences.
You should have left it at that.
And in that moment, I felt Toei's suit flowing into me. Volari Kantari saying health violation. Yeah, this is really bad. Do not do this. Do not lick other people's blood.
But do not feed your students your blood under any circumstances.
But it was working. Her face was regaining its colour. She was now suckling at my wound like a newborn drinking milk. It seemed she understood it was making her feel better.
トイちゃん、しっかり。私の声がわかる。変なこと。
Tasty. Toei's complexion had returned to normal. Yet she continued sucking my blood like a spoilt child. Her tongue felt nice on the open wound. What is this? But it'd be best if I stopped there.
Crackdula says she could have done that in a hotter way by making out with Toei. I'm just disappointed by the Do X Toe we didn't get.
I don't like making out with her. What? How would she transfer the blood that way?
Bite her tongue.
Dude, that is extremely dangerous to do. The hotter her tongue got, the colder my wound felt. And I knew I'd face a haunting to match the amount of suit I'd taken in from her later for sure. Is she going to do this with all the girls?
はい、おし
Potentially.
まい。
Weird. I'm liking Valerie Cantare's perspective on this. It's actually quite fun to see someone who doesn't know a damn thing about what's going on in this game, just embracing the insanity.
Mate, this is weird. This is weird even for this. What the fuck?
And I
Toy
mean,
moaned.
we've gotten a bit of like context because we know what happened in the story. It is still weird. I'll give you that. But imagine without that context.
It's like, but Toy just did some mummy milky. Toy moaned regretfully. Fortunately, she was already back in shape.
ひながた、この血は一体。邪法の一つよ。人の血や体液に宿る霊的加護を分け与えるの。その代わり、相手のすすを同じだけ引き受けてしまうんだけどね。それじゃ、私の代わりにひながたが。
Yes.
気にしないで。大人の私は、あなたたちより霊障は軽いんだから。あとは、こっちの3
That
人ね。
sounds like you're tempting fate.
Kanai, Subakiko, and Riria were all groaning and sweating on the floor. Shit, there's 3 more. Fuck.
Oh, Valeria Cantare says, imagine if she used a tampon instead. Mate, gross. Gross. Welcome to the club. You grossed us out. Yeah, you fit in well.
Wait, where did Valara Cantare say that? Wait, I don't see that.
Have you got live chat or top chat?
Oh, fuck. That's top chat. What's it? Oh, they're both on top chat. Fuck.
Huh? Alright.
Imagine she's... Oh my god. But if the spell
You
worked...
asked for this?
No, I didn't. But if the spell worked
Yeah,
on Toy,
did.
it'd work on them for sure. So I fed them my blood one after another. She's gonna have an omega fucking haunting.
リリアちゃん、大丈夫？はい。ちょっと貧血っぽいのが残ってるだけで。
They're gonna get hooked on it, aren't they?
Give me your blood.
They're gonna get hooked on it, I
どう
bet
いう
you.
こと？
Because, you know, it's relief.
血を飲んだ
So,
ら
like a drug,
体調
they'll be
が
like, oh, we
回復
need
す
her
るなん
blood.
て。お
I
い
need
ら
to
たちって
suck your blood. I need to suckle on it.
This is not gonna end well.
これは霊障を晴らす特別な術。
Yeah, this won't end well.
少女の心と大人の美貌を併せ持つ雛形まゆちゃんにしかできない必殺技なの。もちろんみんなは吸血鬼なんかじゃないわ。他の人の血を吸っても意味がないからね。どうして雛形の血だけ？呪いのすすにはさらなるすすを求める引力みたいなものがあるの。だから私たちみたいな呪いのすすがたくさん入ってる人間は相手のすすを奪う力も宿るの。じゃあ私の血でも誰かの霊障を癒してあげられる。トエちゃんにはまだ無理かしら。呪いのすすを十分に体内に蓄えた上でいろいろな人生経験を積んだ大人にしか使えない術なのよ。何の話かさっぱりわからないです。でも先生のおかげで助かりました。ありがとう、たまゆん。今度は先生が顔色悪いけど大丈夫ですか？雛形。
Garlic Bread Hex, welcome back. You missed some
Oh, wow, yeah, you actually missed quite a lot.
suckling of blood.
So basically what happened was the girls started passing out because they were suffering from hauntings all at the same time because Izumu's not here. So they're like, this is real bad. Then teacher was like, girls, drink my blood. And so they drank her blood, and it healed them.
That was the transfer spell. Crack dear, I'm just gonna say I don't usually have top chat on. I always have it on live chat, but because I restarted my computer, I forgot to switch it back.
ちょっと、先生は一人で休みたいかしら。
You're gonna have the worst nap in your life. Hinagata could tell that the others were thanking me. But she was in no condition to understand that, because all she could perceive was them jeering at her, berating her horribly one after another.
じゃあ、先生これで失礼するわね。
Wow, it's happening while they're looking at her, even.
ふらついてるじゃん。肩貸すよ。ありがとう。気持ちだけで大丈夫。今は誰もいない方が楽なの。
Oof. Hinagata staggered out of the classroom. Wait, why is it third party now? The others tried to follow, but Toei stopped them.
一人にしてあげて。今はそれが一番ひな形には楽なこと。
Yep, let her suffer on our own. We can't do jack shit.
でも心配だよ。あんなに具合を悪くして。先生、ひょっとして私たちの悪いものを引き受けてしまったから。
That's one way of putting it.
ひな形は今
Sensei! Sensei, can you suck away the bad from...
私たち全員の令状を引き受けて苦しんでいる。そんな。先生、ありがとうございます。
Right, let's go home, guys. Let Sensei do her shit.
It's gonna be real bad for Sensei right now.
Ah, it was distorting. The world was shaking? Was I shaking? Or was it the world? I felt like I was swimming on the floor. Zawardo? I heard voices talking about me one after another.
こんなのはただの霊障。偽りの陰口。ただ聞き流すだけでやり過ごせる簡単な霊障なんだから。
Sensei, you need to buy a good pair of headphones. Grab your phone and listen to a whole bunch of Linkin Park for the rest of the evening.
But could I endure 4 people's worth of soot? Melting, my head, the world was melting.
なんで本当に気持ち悪い。
頭とか知らに湧いてんじゃねえ。爪の間とか内が湧いてそう。
Ew.
じゃあねマム、今日はちゃんとするんだよ。飛び降りでも首吊りでもなんでもいいからさ。
Everything I heard was being distorted by the haunting. I knew that. We all got along. I was perfectly aware they'd never say anything like that about me, unless she'd regressed. What kind of friend would I be if I ever believed they were? So I wouldn't doubt them. I wouldn't ever let the hauntings win. Ever.
みんなありがとう。じゃあね、また明日。バイバイ。
Wait, why have we...
We've gone back to the past.
Back to the past.
マユっていっつもスマイル 120% だよね。あのバイタリティはもうおバカを飛び越えて尊敬の域かも。案外仲良くなったら普通に楽しい子だったりして。じゃあユカが友達になってあげたら。ユカってなんかいつも親しげに挨拶されてるじゃん。
In the end, it doesn't even matter. And Cracktula says, what if in her headphones all she can hear is the rapper just bad-mouthing her instead of singing? Mate, that's just rap anyway.
Do you know what happened to the lead singer of Linkin Park?
Yes.
I was pretty gutted when I heard about that. Because I was a fan of Linkin Park back in the day. I still am, but I don't listen to them that much. Good times.
私のこと友達とか思われてんのかな。やだ。
やだ。
あの子よくいつもヘラヘラしてられるよね。っていうかさ、メンタル強すぎない？あれだけ陰口叩かれてて、どうやったらあんなに涼しげにいられるんだろう。 やんごとなさすぎ。自分のことお姫様だとか思ってそう。
あれさ、マジで自分のことみんなが憧れてるとか思ってるよね。
ないから。あんな空気の読めないキモい子、男子もドン引きだから。
全然笑えないって。
Huh?
あの子の押し付けがましいニコニコ笑いに毎朝付き合わされてさ。マユって絶対自分のことお姫様とか思ってるよね。
わかるわかる。笑顔を忘れた小人さんたちを私の笑顔で幸せの魔法をかけてあげるのとか絶対に思ってそう。
Volari Kantari is asking, so is that all real? No, this is all, I think, an hallucination.
朝
When
の
it's
出
got that
席の
wind
時も
sound
バ
effect,
カみたい
then
に
it's
元気な
generally
声。
some shit's popping off.
ひながたまゆ、は
マジないよあれ。アニメ声ってやつ、こびこびでキモい。
ーい。男子はさ、ああいう萌え萌えな感じ大好きなんでしょ。
いやいや、ないからないから。ぶっちゃけ毎朝朝礼から超寒いし。
そうなん？いっつも胸とかチラチラ見てんじゃん。
男子は胸があればあんなおかしい子でもオッケーなわけ？
That's not untrue for some guys.
胸しか取り柄がないとも
No,
言
it's
う。
painting everyone with the same brush, man. Be real.
I said for some guys. Some guys. I said that specifically because not all guys are like that. I am not going to tar everyone with the same brush.
キリッじゃねえよキリッちゃん。
It is
What?
lacking the humidity, like you said. As in the, you know, the overlay that they put on.
Yeah.
That
でも
pulsates.
よ、女子もえげつねえよな。陰口ってさ、本人に聞こえねえように言うもんだろ。
This is going on for a long time.
お前ら、最近は明らかに本人に聞こえるように言ってんだろ。聞こえるか
I
聞
do
こえないかの
wonder.
絶妙な感
This
じが
might be real.
マジで女って怖えって思いますわ。
普通さ、陰口ってのはさ、聞こえなくても雰囲気で感じ取るもんなわけ。
あ、私なんか言われてるって感じたらさ、ちょっと振り返って反省するよね普通。
直接バチーンって言われたら傷つくっしょ。だから女は雰囲気でさりげなく教えてあげるわけ。
あんたテンションがおかしいからもうちょい自重した方がいいよって。
まあ、それをダイレクトに言われたらへこみますわな。
でもあの子あんな感じだから雰囲気なんてわびさびのあるもんじゃまるで伝わんない。
それでさ、さりげなく気づくようにちょっとずつ音量を上げてったの。
Wait, is this real?
音
This is
量っていうか、もう最近はさ、かなりダイレクトに言ってね。
They spoke loud enough so she could hear them. They just didn't say it straight to her face, was all. But Hinagata didn't hear any of it. No, she should have. There was no way she couldn't have.
This is the part where she thinks it's a fake, but it's actually real.
And yet she acted like she didn't. Holy shit. In fact, she even responded to her insults.
私さ、何日か前の朝、あの子と目が合っちゃったの。朝からおかんと喧嘩してて、私もかなり機嫌が悪くてさ、そこに能天気にニコニコニヤニヤしながらおはようなんて言ってくるもんだからカチンときちゃって、私とうとう面と向かって言っちゃったの。
Good morning, Mayu. You're looking pretty today, considering how greasy and hairy you usually are. You growing a moustache? In all honesty, she'd immediately regretted saying that. There was two up front. She really didn't want to make Hinagata cry or get in a fight with her first thing in the morning. That would have been a total pain. But Hinagata just kept grinning like an idiot and said, Thanks, but you're really pretty yourself, Rei.
Rie.
それカウンター食らったんじゃね？ひながた可愛い顔して結構言うじゃん。
Oh my god, these people are just absolute bastards. Why, Ryukushi? Why are we doing this?
You know why?
Why? Like, it's basically like, oh, she had this new way of trying to find this. It's flawed as fuck as well. Get fucked.
This is what Rikishi does best. Put people in horrible circumstances.
違うって。そういうのじゃないって。
Her smile wasn't fake. Hinagata's response was completely genuine. In that moment, Rie was terrified. It was seriously like Hinagata had taken her insult as a compliment. Rie was too flustered to do anything but thank her in response.
あれはないわ。生理的にない。ありえない。ぶっちゃけ未だに寒いも収まらない。眉ってキモいとかムカつくとかを超えて、不気味だよね。
Up until just a moment ago, they'd all been laughing along, having fun bad-mouthing Mayu, but now, everyone silently agreed that they were scared of her. Wow. They'd each just been matching the other's attitudes, pretending to enjoy themselves, playing cool. But what they felt toward her wasn't just a sense of superiority or scorn, it was a discomfort difficult to describe.
お前も思ってた？
うん。あいつ、ちょっと雰囲気おかしいよな。
私の友達の友達にさ、すっごい霊感の強い子がいるんだけど。その話聞いた。林間学校の時の写真で霊が映り込んでるって話。
何それマジで？超怖いんですけど。
During a school camping trip, a photographer had taken several photos of random activities the students had done together. The next day they were posted on the bulletin board so those who wanted a copy could let the teacher know. The girl with a strong sixth sense was terrified beyond belief when she saw several of those photos. She didn't know why she felt so horrified, but she was able to point out which photos scared her. And each one had Hinagata in it.
嘘くせえよ。
いや本当だって。一時期その手の子たちの間ですっごい話題になったって。でも眉っていっつも底抜けにニコニコしてるじゃん。
Valaria Kantaro says she's inexperienced if she can't estimate the ability of facades, and that's true. That's basically where this is right now. Like, she can't tell yeah, when they're shitting her.
Well, she can't because she's always thinking people are shitting on her. So how can you tell when it's real or not? Which is what we kind of said before, like, when her mother's saying that you're always bad-mouthing me, at some point she must have actually done it, and the mother would never be able to tell the difference.
あんまり心霊っぽくない。ただの空気の読めないおバカみたいな感じだから、うちらのクラスでは話題にならなかったけど。
何を言われてもさ、ニコニコしてるってむしろ逆に怖っ。
私やだよ。あの子にまた明日も会わなきゃならないとか耐えられない。
Just a few minutes ago, they'd been making fun of Hinagata like she was some funny little animal in a zoo. But now, just remembering her face sent shivers down their spines. Hinagata had left her tote bag hanging from her desk. Oh. Her classmates took a few steps back as if it were some cursed object. At times like these, girls put some distance between themselves and things that scared them. Boys, on the other hand, couldn't stand to be in the same room with their fears.
ぶっちゃければいいじゃんよ。そんなにもキモいならお前空気読めよってガツンと言ってやりゃいいじゃんよ。
嫌だよ。男子が言えばいいじゃん。
なんで俺が代表しなきゃいけねえんだよ。
あいつがキモいっつってんのは女子だろ。女子で言えばいいじゃねえかよ。
なんで私が代表しなくちゃいけないのよ。嫌だよ。でももう耐えられないよねこれ。
You didn't even notice it until they started talking about
私た
it.
ちみんなうすうすは気づいていたけど茶化して認めなかっただけ。眉って変。 かしいよあの子。私たちに見えないものが見えてる、聞こえないものが聞こえてる。あの子が話しかけてくるとき目を見たことある？
Oh, okay, so she does actually see some stuff with him there as well.
あ、お前も思ってた。
なんて言えばいいのかな。目の方向は合ってるけど焦点が全然合ってない。こっちに目は向けてるんだけどさ、右目と左目の視線が平行なの。視線が交わらない。
That is true, that when she talks, like, even her eyes and her sprite are not looking directly at you. I don't think. I think that's the same even with adult.
Do you know what? It is actually true. Her sprite never has her eyes looking forward. Yeah.
She never looked them in the eye while speaking. She only acted like she was. But any time they looked into her eyes, it was like she was staring into another world. One that was much different than the one they all knew. One not of this earth. One of the girls shrieked and fell to the floor. What the fuck? The boys shifted, looking uncomfortable and angry. They were all bewildered upon noticing the eerie presence in the room that every last one of them had failed to register. If she'd found out what they'd been saying, then they could never go back to the way things were.
驚かせてごめんね。忘れ物。
Oh, this is going to freak them out more. Some of the girls couldn't even contain their screams at Hinagata's sudden appearance.
ジャージのバッグ忘れちゃって。
Hinagata beamed with a twinge of embarrassment as she walked over to her desk. Her classmates cleared the way with each step she took, as if she were cutting her way through them, or they were avoiding her. Their expressions were clearly frozen. She should have seen that. A sane person would likely want to run away from a place like this, but not Hinagata. She just smiled pleasantly at her dumbstruck audience, like an actress going up on stage to receive her award before a standing ovation. However, she was only proving their point. Her eyes were darting back and forth between her peers bashfully, but she wasn't focusing on any of them. Like one of them had said, while she was looking their way, her gaze was fixed on somewhere far away, past everyone else. At somewhere not of this world. A realm beyond anyone's comprehension. Hinagata left the classroom again. No one in the room dared even blink until they could no longer see or hear her.
あいつ絶対に聞いてるよな。
聞こえてるはずだよ絶対。
Until Hinagata had spoken up, they'd all been talking behind her back without even realizing she'd returned. So she had to have heard what they had all said about her.
当たり前でしょ。聞こえないはずないでしょ。
Hinagata stopped in the middle of the hallway and leaned against the wall. While her expression was as cheerful as always, her eyes were welling up with tears.
今日の練習はなかなかやるじゃない。いつもみたいな品のないグロテスクな路線から方針転換なの。
Hinagata was always courteous, no matter what she heard. However, basic courtesy couldn't apply to every situation. When Hinagata was suffering from intense hauntings, she couldn't tell what people were saying about her or how they looked at her. As such, there was no way for her to pick up on the social cues and other subtleties that most girls recognize as second nature. So she simply acted as courteous as she could. Anyone who noticed would probably consider it rather creepy. They likely wouldn't have paid it any heed if she were a foreigner who barely spoke their language. In fact, they'd probably find it admirable that she'd attempted to communicate with them despite her limitations. But Hinagata was an ordinary Japanese girl by all appearances, and quite intellectual to boot. So nobody was going to put up with that. They were seriously unsettled by her robotic behavior.
そうよね。そんなことあるわけないじゃない。だって笑う角になんとかって言うじゃない。
Wait, so Hinagata's believing this, right? She's taking this as real.
Yes.
Because she's logically deducing that it makes sense that they'd be freaked out if she is always smiling.
毎日笑顔で元気で過ごしていたら、みんなも自分も幸せになれるっておばあちゃん言ってたじゃない。
Yeah, to a degree, but you also can come across as creepy. Hinagata's grandmother had never been without a smile. But truth be told, Hinagata hadn't seen her in her last 5 years of life. According to her father, her grandmother's personality had taken a significant turn for the worse due to dementia. Knowing how dearly his girl loved her grandmother, he'd kept her from visiting so she could preserve her happy memories. But it wasn't dementia, it was the after effects of the hauntings. The curse to constantly hear people bad-mouthing you even after the cursed suit had left for life. Her grandmother had lost to that. No, Hinagata didn't want to use terms like those. She had spent her whole life ignoring the hauntings, acting like nothing was wrong, but the end hadn't contained her rage and hatred toward them. Hinagata believed that to be the truth behind her death. However, in hindsight, she could now admit to something. That when she was a child, there were times when she found her grandmother and her constant smiling creepy. Her grandmother hadn't been smiling at the things she did or said. It was an artificial smile, like that of a robot. What's more, children can be cruel, so Hinagata once told her grandmother that she thought her smile was creepy to her face. When she did, her expression...
泣いてるような、笑っているような、今でもよく覚えてる。
No words could describe it. Just remembering the look on her face broke Hinagata's heart.
きっと私、今、おばあちゃんと同じ顔してるんでしょうね。
But in spite of that, she couldn't help that she found her grandmother's smile creepy.
仕方ないと。怖いよね。私の顔。そりゃ怖いよね。当たり前だよね。
I'm gonna say that, with the exception of Toei, this is the worst type of haunting. Mainly because she remembers it all. Like, I think because the haunting, because she remembers it all, it affects her very the way she acts and is causing real life massive implications in a way that's
shaping her personality.
Yeah, but it also, she is aware of it, whereas all the other girls, with the exception of Toei, don't remember their dreams, their hauntings. They don't remember it, which is how they're able to be which now explains to me how they're relatively normal despite having horrible hauntings. Not bad.
やるじゃん。
This is the worst, man.
今日は80点。85点くらいあげようかな。
But it still wasn't enough for a perfect score.
だって所詮は霊障だもの。嘘の偽り。霊障だって私にバレてる時点でマイナス10点の減点。あと5点の減点は何かって？いつものあれがないからよ。
Sorry, Crack Dealer says, with DLC I came here for tits and ass. For some reason I assumed that. But now I have to feel these feelings. Oh, that's funny.
Indeed. Volari Cantari is saying, help, I need a number between 2 and 255 for a fixed IP. Any ideas? 150. That filthy laughter accompanied by the spewing of slimy drool. It just wasn't the same without that to cap things off.
そうさ、いつものそれ。そんな感じの下品な笑い声。それをいつもみたいに 悪行雑言の限りを尽くしてから締めくくりに聞かせてくれる？
Yeah, she this is the copium.
霊障にすっかり慣れちゃったみたいで、ぬるいやつじゃすっきりしないの。ほら、いつものノリで思い切り行きなさいよ。聞いててあげるから。
Hinagata's mind was engulfed by black smoke, by mist. It was a cursed suit, she was sure of it. Up until now, she'd always kept her guard up so not even a speck of it could pass into her brain. However, this time, she opened the door for the suit and welcomed it. At that moment, the suit swelled and filled her.
Yo, there's your answer, crack dealer. This is actually seeming like it's becoming canon.
She could hear what sounded like the snapping of branches inside her head. Magnificent antlers were growing out of her head. And then she heard it all at once. This was it. This was what she'd wanted. So she asked to hear that distorted laughter again. The suit within Hinagata started to pour out and engulf everything.
Yeah, full Song of Saya.
Damn you. Well.
Oh no, not you.
Damn you, man demons. Even if you've forgotten us, we certainly have not. Our siblings sacrificed themselves to save you, and your idea of gratitude was to slaughter our entire clan. They might have forgotten about us after 1,000 years, but I could never forget. The indignation I felt for those so-called humans on that day. Even after a millennium, those flames of wrath still raged painfully. My grudge over those 1,000 years of pain was only stoked higher and higher with each passing day. With the cursed suit, I swore that I would drink the blood of every last one of them, every man, woman and child, as Susuda would pay. Volari Cantari is asking, anyone else praising Rising Storm? No?
Rising Storm? Oh no, I was thinking of Rising Thunder. No.
It seemed I'd been dealt another haunting. I'd lost consciousness leaning on the wall in the hallway. It shouldn't have been for all that long, yet for some reason I felt like I'd been dreaming for a while.
Because you had been. Well, not really, but yeah.
And not just for 5 or 10 minutes or even an hour. More like 1,000 years.
今度の新作霊障は随分壮大だったみたいね。いいわ。今後に期待して、今日は特別に満点をあげるわ。
I looked up at the clock by the stairwell, only to discover the haunting had only lasted a minute.
Them ones.
Once I put on my shoes and went outside, I noticed something felt off about the sunshine in the air. The sun was dim. The colour didn't look right either. It seemed kind of dark, like it'd been smeared with soot. I also felt like something was burning. It must have been the stench of soot. I'd never smelled that before, but somehow I was sure of it. My hands, feet and all my fingers and toes were silky. I could feel pitch black soot packed into my extremities, like my fingertips. I stroked my head without thinking, to see if the antlers were there, to see if they were for good.
ないわよね。角は。
At that moment, I heard the sound of snapping branches inside my skull. Come over here. Soon. You will become me. What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Hello,
You know,
flash
the
of
Eve
naked
versus Era-ish.
Hinagata.
Yeah.
Hinagata's
Quick
classmates were still frozen, stiff in the classroom. Someone finally let out a sigh of relief, returning the whole class to motion as though they'd been freed from a curse.
ちょっと大丈夫？もう嫌だよ。マユと同じクラスにいたくないよ。
Some of the girls had started crying.
ざけんなよ。なんなんだよあいつ。
やっぱり悪霊かなんかなんだよ。だってあの子と同じクラスになってからおかしいもん。
やっぱりうちの犬このクラスに決まった日に死んじゃったし。
What?
今年に入っておじいちゃんもがん宣告されてお父さんも寝たきりになっちゃって。
Come
That's
on,
got
guys.
nothing to do with her. Come on.
やっぱ呪われてんだよ。
Also, Valerian Katare
あ
brought
い
up
つ
the
が呪
call
って
to
んだろ。
comment. Quote. Fucking
What?
like that. They're eating her! And then they're gonna eat me! Oh my god! You know that one. It's fucking
I
great.
have seen this clip. I don't know what it's from though, but I've seen
Troll
the.
2.
Oh my god!
It's great.
もう嫌だ。本当に耐えられない。
Wait, have you watched the two Troll movies?
No. I've seen the clip.
Hinagata's a demon, an evil spirit. It's been just one bad thing after another since I got put in her class. Everyone started to chime in with the same kinds of stories, one after the next.
落ち着けよって。悪霊だの怨霊だの。みんなオカルトにかぶれすぎ。小学生かっつーの。
Class quieted down. That girl was a major influence amongst them, but not in the same way a class representative might be. She was the kind who'd talk back to teachers and ignore school rules whenever she pleased. It was obvious why they looked up to her.
ひな形にどんだけビビってんだか。ネジが一本外れただけのただのお花畑じゃねえかよ。そんなに気持ち悪いならビシッと言ってやりゃいいじゃねえか。
She's got, you know, she's out of line, but she's got the right idea.
じゃあお前が言えばいいじゃねえかよ。
Telling her and she'll just think it's a haunting.
いいよ。私が言っても。つーか、たかだかキモい笑いをするだけの女一匹にギャーギ
Just
ャ
a
ー
moment,
騒ぎ
I'll
す
be
ぎだっ
right
つ
back,
ー
yeah?
の。
Well, pause. What are they saying in the chat? Carly Birdex was saying, hey, I wanted to see. I bet you did. Crackdealer says, I refused to stare at that frame for less than 7 seconds, so I went back and did that. Charming. Well, Kantari saying, what did you say at first? I couldn't catch that. They have issues themselves. Yeah, these kids all have issues themselves, but they're blaming Hinagata just because she's weird, as people do. Oh, hello, Lupi. Welcome to the chat. You have came at an interesting point. This whole episode has been majorly depressing. And Kirkso is away for a second. Also, I've been having weird audio issues this stream. My oh my. What's up, crack dealer? Why are you saying huh? What is happening? Oh damn, it's already 11 o'clock. Let me make sure I have saved. I wonder where this is going to go. I think they're all going to confront her, but what are they going to do? Kick her out the class? Get her kicked out the class or something? I don't even know how they would achieve that. Was he or you saying something before talking about my quote? Yes, we were. We were talking about the quote that they're eating her and then they're going to eat me. Oh my god. Yes. We're just talking about how I've seen that clip. Don't know what movie it's from though. Troll 2. Ah, yes. Cookso, I think, mentioned that. I need to watch that. Is it a good movie? Or is the meme just... The clip for the meme just the best bit of it? Oh. I wonder how long Cookso is going to take. Oh. That's interesting.
Whew, I've returned.
Welcome back. Interesting. Right, anyway.
まあひな形もひな形だよな。あいつ空気読めてねえんじゃなくて分かっててシカトしてんだろ。あれだけみんなが毎日陰口言ってて一つも耳に入らねえっておかしいだろうが。
No one could argue against that. It was impossible for her not to hear them, yet she smiled through it all regardless. And that was exactly what creeped everyone out so much.
もう面白いからよ。勝負しようじゃん。
勝負って？
あいつの頭の中のお花畑、小公女ごっこがどこまで続けられるか、あいつの本気を見せてもらおうじゃんってこと。
うわ、ひな形。
School bully gets involved and finds a reason to bully.
しめねえよ。あいつのお花畑がどの程度のもんかガチンコで決めようってだけ。あいつってさ、誕生日今月じゃなかったっけ？
Why are you taking note of her birthday? Several of the girls rapidly flipped through their planners, or it's on their planners. At the start of the semester, it was common practice for girls in new classes to tell each other their birthdays and hobbies and the like. So unlike the boys, they knew quite a bit about everyone, even if they didn't care for them. What? That's weird.
あ、よく覚えてたね。うん、来週だよ、来週。あのさ、みんなでさ、お誕生会やってやんね。
Huh?
This is not going to end well. And I also get the feeling this is going to give a context for some bad shit that's going to happen at the current day birthday party.
Oh. Everyone was dumbfounded. They stole glances at each other as if to check if they'd perhaps misheard her.
お誕生会？そうだよ、クラスを挙げてさ、バーッとやってあげようじゃん。決めでみんなでシカトしてたら距離も縮まんないわけでしょ。だからさ、こっちからみんなで歩み寄ってあげるわけ。そんでさ、腹を割ってお願いするわけよ。小公女ごっこはさ、学校ではやめてくんねって。
No one was sure if that was really meeting her halfway so much as it was just plain class-wide bullying. By the way, they just couldn't keep going on like nothing was wrong. Nagata's smile was enough to give them hives at this point. They couldn't stand it any longer.
いいじゃん、お誕生会。言いたいことお互い言ってさ、すっきりすりゃいいじゃんよ。
Okay.
そうだよね。案外それで打ち解けられるかもしれないし。
Indeed, maybe they were the ones who'd been putting up walls. They'd all bare their hearts and tell her they found her smile unsettling. Each of them found their own reasoning behind it, whether it was simply out of a desire to bully her or a desire to keep the peace. In the end, everyone was for the idea.
お祝いしてあげようよ。まゆの誕生日を。
お誕生日おめでとうって。
おめえ、きめえから空気読めよってな。
たまゆん、喜んでくれるといいな。
絶対喜ぶって。友達一人もいないんだしさ。
でも彼女の脳内的にはいっぱいいそうですけどね。
いそういそう。俺も友達にされてそう。ぐえ。
お誕生日お祝いしてあげよう。そしたらきっとハッピーハッピー。きっと喜んでくれる。
Forgot about your acting,
ま
man.
た冷笑ね。
Right, I'm going to leave it here because it's already 11 o'clock and I'm not seeing a good point to...
No,
stop.
this story is blending itself quite a lot.
Yeah. She is having fucking flashbacks to a bad time. Yeah, that's not good. I think, yes, we'll leave it there. Show our faces once more. Valeria Cantari sings midnight here. It is 11 o'clock here, yeah, so yes. See you later, Valeria Cantari. But we'll leave it there.
Mate.
This is Iwaihime. This is the teacher DLC, which is going an extremely dark fucking route. Holy shit. I am not looking forward to when the her schoolmates give her this birthday party. It is not going to end well. But this also explains quite a lot. Crat Deer is disappointed, no incest. No.
Not yet.
I don't know how they would fit that in all this. It'd be interesting to see. But we'll leave it there for now. This is Iwaihime. I am Ash Mannix. Kuxo
I'm
is not me. And we'll leave this here for today. We will carry this on next week. But do look out for my Eve Burst Air stream on Tuesday at 8 p.m. UK time. I will see you then. Well, guys, see you later.
Good night, everyone.